And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by Machcine Washable.
Nip.
Kenny Sunkist.
The Chris Massey.
And the Red Baron.
You guys all fucked up. He has a lot of nicknames.
It's Kendall Appreciation Day.
So, private stock for 3 of you.
Well, actually, you too, because he hates the nickname Kenny Sunkist.
That's why I did it.
But it's not his name.
But I hate Gilberto, and you guys say it anyways.
But you've like learned to accept Gilberto.
He accepts Kenny Sunkist.
He doesn't. He always says, "Don't call me that."
What? Gilberto's classic.
It's fucking stupid.
Hold on.
It goes way
Just 2
back.
weeks ago, you said you liked it.
No, I didn't.
Do you guys
Welcome
call
to
him
Getting
that?
Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Mantis, and I'm joined by
Reed.
Kenny Sunkist.
The Red Baron.
Ooh.
Took my own alma mater. No.
I like how Rebecca's like here's a nickname of yours you don't know. Like the Red Dick Baron. Dick Red Baron, first of all.
It'll be the former Iceman, K. Reed.
Copyrighted.
Would be a dick, Mass.
That was funny.
It was good play. Good play.
It is Red Baron Appreciation Day.
Thank you. I just saw Fruit Fly. He came to hang out.
Red Baron's a pretty cool nickname. You know why? It's a persona of Snoopy.
Yes?
They also make terrible frozen pizza.
Yes, they do.
Subpar.
No, it's terrible.
It's not the worst.
It is. It's the worst.
We should compile a
That
list
and the
of
one
the
that
worst.
comes in the yellow box. Tony's? That's terrible.
Tony's is bad.
The 2 best frozen pizzas are Tombstone pepperoni pizza and then those Elliott squares that get 1 billion degrees in like 30 seconds.
Yes, those are the best.
Those are the best.
Not DiGiorno.
It's not delivery, so no.
I've had a lot of Mama Celeste in my day.
Yeah. Microwave them.
Plus,
Yeah.
One time I was putting a Peapod order in on Stop and Shop for my mom, and I went to get 2 DiGiorno pizzas, and the guy that received the order sent a joke back saying, "Oh, we can't deliver that. It's DiGiorno."
Yeah.
So then I responded, "I'd like to cancel my order because I'm going to go to shop right now." All right, thanks for joining us. Toast around the horns. What are you drinking? Machcine? No, not Machcine. This is tough.
We don't need to remember
Yeah,
the
that's
nicknames
right.
again.
That's what we do. That's all right. You?
I have, from Counterweight Brewing here in Hamden, Connecticut, the Workhorse Pilsner.
Just down the road.
Yeah.
I
Super
have
local.
Also from Connecticut
from Thomas Hooker Brewery,
in Hartford.
Super Duper Double Citra.
Did you get that because it reminds you of Double Dare?
No, it reminds me of Super Duper Kyle.
Well, it's based off of the show Double Dare.
Super duper Kyle.
That's a song.
Add it to the list.
Super Duper Kyle, I'll be famous for a while, yeah. Does she know my name? And she knows
We just went from 2 viewers to 0 real quick.
Yeah. Mass?
Chris Massey?
I am drinking course, and fuck you guys.
The Mass is going for volume, not quality today. Baron?
From Stillwater, I guess.
Not the Riddler collection,
Not the Riddler collection.
but from the
correct.
Riddler store.
That's right.
I'm always
super
involved.
Yeah, well, he's my consultant. I go to him. He knows what I like.
Hey, you should start paying them.
How do you know I don't?
He owes me a house.
Yeah.
So what do you have?
Super Hop. Stillwater. Stratford. CT.
Riddler.
From the Bourbon County collection, I've acquired a second.
Soon to be mine.
There will be death. There will be bloodshed. From the Bourbon County collection, I acquired a second wheat wine ale, so I'm having that today. Wheat wine ale aged in bourbon barrels from the Goose Island Brewery in Chicago, Illinois. 15.4% alcohol by volume. That's what we call the Big Papi Ortiz. Yeah. So I want to know, before we get into Toast of Excellence real quick, Kyle keeps looking over here at me, but it looks like he's looking at Rebecca, but he keeps smiling, and I want to know what it is he's smiling at.
Nothing.
That's definitely something.
I know what he's smiling at.
What's that?
I also want to point out I'm wearing a new Josh sweater.
I saw.
Yeah. I built the second best yellowtail wine display in the state.
Really?
Yeah. And they offered me this or a bottle of Josh wine. Shining like a lion.
Sweatshirt, that's the way to go.
Yeah, sweater's comfy, you know? How many people do you know that have Josh wine in their house? A lot. How many people do you know have a Josh sweater on their body right this second? Probably like 2 other people I work with.
But you're the only guy I know who has one.
It's true. Toast of Excellence, Machcine washable.
Yep. I have to admit, I was very wrong about something.
Big time wrong.
Big time wrong, and I have to own up to it.
Would you care for the private stock for this?
No. I was hurt enough. Amari Cooper from the Dallas Cowboys.
Big impact.
Yeah, big time. I was very incorrect.
That guy is going to get 1,000 yards receiving in just his time in Dallas.
He pretty much single-handedly kicked me out of fantasy playoffs.
That's what you should take a shot for.
But you know, it's the way it fell. He had an outstanding game yesterday. I can't take it away from him. Dallas picked the right receiver in the trade deadline.
And you know what the thing is? A lot of people, when all those trades started happening, people were like, "Oh, did they pay for Amari Cooper?" Golden Tate hasn't done shit.
That's what I mean. They picked the right one. Even Demarius.
Yeah, they gave a first round pick, but the other guys aren't doing crap.
They gave up a first round for their new true number one. It worked out for him.
Has he even really had the drops since he's been in Dallas?
He's been a stud in Dallas. He really has been.
Young Des Bryant.
He's been a stud.
Jason Witten's coming out of retirement.
That's
That's
possibly true.
Yeah,
Really? I
Jason
didn't-
Garrett's been like
Reaching out.
God.
Gilberto?
It's not like he's doing anything.
Mine is to Derrick Henry. Guy scored 67 fantasy points on my bench. Not going to play him anyways.
He pretty much did a season's worth of work in a game.
He had 200 plus yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. We're not going to get too into that because that might be coming up later in the show.
Ooh, Mass?
Dun, 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 dun,
My toast of excellence is to John Gruden. What other GM in the league can you say has single-handedly turned 2 franchises into playoff caliber teams with trades that he's made? So good for him.
I didn't see it going that way.
I was like, John, what did he do? He's bad this year.
The meme though, the most recent meme of him is so funny. It's the him smiling on the sideline, and like because we'll get into the game that they won this week, but it's like, wow, we're actually pretty good. Imagine if we had a defensive end like Khalil Mack and a receiver like Amari Cooper on our team.
But hey, we traded away for 2 first-round picks. They could be anything. They could even be Khalil
Well,
Mack.
that's what it's like. The winning. So it's like Dallas is now probably going to make the playoffs. The Bears, I think, clinched a playoff spot.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure
They
did.
clinched a winning season. I know that for a fact.
But I think they clinched a playoff spot.
I don't know for sure. But
I'm pretty sure they did because I think at this point I think Minnesota can tie them, which would give them a wild card. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, maybe not mathematically, but that we're getting to that toast excellence in it with the win really meant last night. Yeah, so like these 2 draft picks now are going to be like in the like early 20s.
Still good.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying anything about, but like
For now, and I mean, he may
Gruden
use
definitely
it to-
thought he was getting like 2 top 10 draft picks out of this deal, and his own and if he keeps doing the things he's doing, he's not going to have a single pick in the top 10 because they're winning. They're
What do
winning
they have?
games.
Do they have 4 wins or
3.
3?
No, but right now I think right now they're picking. I think right now they're at the 5th spot now or 4th spot.
I'm not
They
sure.
dropped back another spot. I'm pretty sure. My toast to excellence is it's to the Chicago Bears, not for the defensive performance that they put up against the Rams, which we'll get to in the recaps. But it's the win signifies so much more than expanding the division gap. Also, for the first time in quite some time, the Chicago Bears single-handedly eliminated Green Bay from the playoffs.
Did they really?
Well, not from the playoffs. They can't get the NFC North, but from the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're not. I don't see them. But the Green Bay Packers can't win the North now. They're too far behind division-wise.
So are you going to jump on board with me and say the Bears are winning that division?
Nope. Still a lot of football. Still a lot of football.
Paul down to the wire last night to our last possession said you guys are going to win.
You guys were down by like what?
9
9
points.
fucking points? I mean, it's not like you guys can't just throw up a touchdown in 6 seconds.
No, it's true.
I mean, how many points did you guys score against Kansas City?
1,000,
1,000, pretty much. Yeah. Okay. So
51?
54.
54.
don't tell me. Don't
They
tell
gave
me.
up 51.
Don't tell me Brandon
Okay.
Cooks can't score a touchdown in 6 seconds off the line. of
I
scrimmage.
can. Did you fucking watch them last night?
All it takes is one blown coverage with that guy.
Yeah, would have been cool if Gurley did it.
Baron,
Yeah.
Mine's to the Miami Dolphins walking off New England at home.
did we just do a straight football?
Yeah.
I think we did.
Wow. All right, toast him.
Toast to that.
All those get private stock.
I don't know who lost the trivia question. I could just give you a trivia question if you guys want.
Bring it up.
Hold on.
about that.
We have a couple sips.
Oh yeah, we
Flip
have private
around.
stop.
So, Mass and I both being, well, I shouldn't say being a pessimistic fan, because I'm not a pessimist. We were playing the Rams, who up until last night looked like they could be the most unstoppable team.
You try to not get excited.
Well, so then it's just like
You do try to not get excited.
who, me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why would I?
But I like.
I think it's. I'm
I'm a pessimistic fan. My entire tenure up until the last 2 years has been Jeff Fisher. That's
Well, yeah.
literally all I've done.
That's
Chris is a but anyway. So we had a bet going. Whoever won the game had to do 2 shots of the private
3.
stock. Was it 3?
Honestly, I heard it was 3, but I wasn't there.
It smells terrible.
Yeah.
Out of the Opa
It
bottle.
actually smells like BO.
Great.
That bottle's been on the shelf for a while. Brought it back into service. What do we think?
One more.
Yeah, you could do one while I do it. Mass has to do a shot because, as per GSWD rules, 2
Head to
teams
head.
going head to head, loser does a shot. This is not good.
It's really not.
That's right.
It's better than the one 2 weeks ago, though. That one was whatever
And
was
then-
in the Mountain Dew bottle.
We also, now that the sips have been altered out, I might be premature, and I hope it comes back to bite me in the ass for that reason. Because last night I told Kyle that I wouldn't do this, but we do a sip of silence to arguably the worst last week of fantasy football anybody can have. To one Machcine Washable, who was
Hear,
pretty
hear.
much third in the playoffs all year. And then all he needed to do was win or have Jeff or I lose.
We mentioned Amari Cooper.
And so Jeff won. Mock might have officially lost unless Dalvin Cook fumbles 10 times.
10 times.
And then I'm up 130 points against Cousins and Thielen. It could happen.
During our break, when we take our I want to break down the math on what I need to happen.
Oh, I already
like
did it.
numbers wise?
I already did it.
Oh, you did?
So Thielen has to have Amari Cooper's day. So he's got to go over 200 yards with 3 touchdowns on 10 catches. And then you need Cousins to throw for 450 with 5 touchdowns.
Who are they playing tonight?
Seattle.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
and then that's barring no interceptions or negative yard receptions.
Has Cousins ever thrown up 400 yards in a game?
Against the Rams.
It ain't gonna happen today. I can tell you that.
But,
threw it
but
up-
realistically, like, has he done? He's
Yeah.
done it.
He
Yeah.
did it against the Rams that night.
But Thielen's never caught 200 yards.
He can.
Why
We're
not?
in it.
You are in it. I told you.
Yeah, that was a real. I was telling them on the way here, like, I was trying so hard last night to not like be really bitter about it, but I was just stewing.
Well, it was one of those things that it was like there was like 5 possible outcomes, but there was only one that involved you not making the playoffs, and that's just the one that decided that it was going to happen.
Yeah, you know. Oh, well.
Looks like my I didn't have a blow up fantasy day. I had just had like a very above average. Everybody put up like 20 points.
The other thing we talked about, is there a prize for winning the GSWD league?
Yeah,
and-
the
And or punishment for the person in last?
well, the person who won got to like determine a punishment for last.
Oh, okay. Who came in last?
Oh, me.
Was
no,
it?
No. That's a full season league.
Oh,
Oh.
I know, but right now it's
Foreseeably me.
I think Kendall's behind Rebecca by like
100 and
points.
something.
So he
You're
lost.
bad at fantasy.
But Kendall and I
true.
were talking, and it's not to be like rude, but I would rather have the season in the friend league that Kendall had.
we
than
already
the season
talked
you
about
had.
this. We already talked about it.
But Kendall's also getting ready to serve up the last slice of defeat. Him and Vito are fighting it out for the best of no playoff brackets at all. He needs 20 points.
Is
from
my brother
Kyle.
in the consolation bracket?
No, so actually I was wrong. It's 30 points. I'm 30 points
Oh,
now. So
so
it's
you need 30 points from Rudolph and Lockett.
Yeah,
but
it's a
Baldwin's
steeper
not
hill.
playing tonight.
Yeah, so it's a steeper climb, but if it pulls it off tonight, I'm having a little celebration. My house, 1 a.m. You guys there?
Now we have
fucking
Rivers
right.
Restaurant.
Open late.
So we've stalled enough. We
Yeah.
have a lot of
Game
stuff to get to. No, predictions and analysis of tonight. Minnesota Vikings at Seattle Seahawks. I think it's going to be a big tale of Vikings defensive line versus Seahawks offensive line. I think the Vikings have very good pass rushing, but it hasn't been as effective as it should be. And I feel like Seattle's offensive line plays really well when they're run heavy and Russell Wilson's under center. So I think we're going to see a lot of 5-man rushes, kind of like the Rams do, where like they try to get everybody in a one-on-one situation on the offensive line, make everybody beat their man. And I think we're going to see a lot of quick throws from the Seahawks and a lot of Russell Wilson taking from under center, big drop backs, looking to sling it deep.
Going to be a shootout. 65. No.
All rushing touchdowns.
No, that'd be horrible.
Could you imagine?
All
Could you
Cousins.
imagine if Minnesota put up like 100 points tonight and Dalvin Cook had like 14 touchdowns? I mean, that math doesn't add up, but
Well, it could.
well, yeah, I guess it could. No, yeah, it'd be 98 points. Yeah. So Dalvin Cook rushes for 14 touchdowns and they get a safety.
All missed extra points.
Tough day kicking.
But I do think that Minnesota drops this game.
God, I hope not.
I think it will be 24-21.
Seattle win 2017.
Who's kicking for Seattle right now?
I think is it Janikowski?
The estranged cousin of Kyle's family.
28-21.
Who?
Seattle, sorry.
Just that's it.
Mario.
Seattle wins 27-17.
Seattle wins 28-10.
Now we missed a starting lineup. We didn't ask Rita over there
Oh,
what she has.
yes, Rita has a beverage today. Actually, two beverages over there.
She complains every week. We finally caved.
What's the sealed beverage? Hold on, what's the sealed beverage? You have to tell the listeners.
Oh.
We do this every week. How are
It's
you not?
radio?
It's a Dunkin' Donuts iced mocha coffee.
Okay, and then the beverage you're drinking?
What's your starting pitcher?
I think it's a cookies and cream milkshake.
What do you mean you think?
Well, it doesn't really taste like it.
What's it taste like?
Sour milk.
It tastes like
milk.
sour.
So we went from peanut butter to sour milk.
It's nobody's fault.
Do you like it?
Not particularly. I'm sorry.
You don't like it.
You know, here comes Kendall on
I'm-
K-Read Appreciation
no,
Night.
I know.
Goes out of his way to buy
Yeah.
her a milkshake.
I know and I'm
And
gonna
then
drink it.
surprises her with said milkshake.
It's unbelievable. You know, during all of our basketball dates,
I
all I hear is,
appreciate
I
it.
need a milkshake.
Yeah.
And here it is.
I go out and I get you a bacon and banana milkshake from Five Guys.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like it.
It's delicious.
I'm not drinking it.
Sol has actually bought it, so he's the real mastermind behind it all.
You're so mean to me. I'm telling Shannon.
Oh man,
Darn.
I knew it had a funny taste.
it's bacon and banana.
It tastes like banana pudding.
I don't like it.
Here's the thing.
Definitely thinking any peanut butter in that shit. Though.
The combo just sounded so horrible.
Mm.
It could have been worse.
So are there really chocolate milkshakes somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, they had chocolate milkshakes.
Yeah, come on.
We didn't get you one.
We got you bacon and banana.
Are you
What's
serious?
wrong with that?
Well, thanks for joining us, Rita. But,
Anyways,
Enjoy your coffee.
We'll go right to the game. We'll start off with Massey.
Gilberto, you got the games?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to do the first game.
Oh,
The third
okay. Paul, Titans, Jags.
All right. So this game was previewed as Tennessee as a team that you can run all over. And so it was poised for Fournette to have a big day, especially with Kessler at quarterback. Jacksonville's defense has played pretty well all season, not to the standard they were last year, but they haven't been bad. Offensively, they've been a dumpster fire. And the script went backwards. Derrick Henry rushed for like 240 yards, including a 99-yard grown-ass man run where he stiff-armed like 4 people.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, all rushing too, which in today's day and age, a running back getting 4 touchdowns, that's okay, sure. What, 2 receiving, 2 rushing? No, all 4 rushing. I'm pretty sure he had 2 like 50-plus yarders. Guy was an animal. And he's never going to do it again. Everybody's listening. He's an average back.
Kendall.
I think he's good. I think he's good if he gets the workload.
Is his run consistent with beast mode type run or no?
Oh, that's a beast mode type run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy stiff armed like 4 people. And he did it while running, I don't know, maybe 4 miles an hour. Because he's not fast. I mean, I don't know if anybody else actually watched the run in like breakdown mode, but like once he got to like the 7 yard line, he started kicking it out to the sideline, and it like he was running at a perfect diagonal, and he got from about the 7 yard line to about the 14 yard line in the same amount of time that I think like I don't know, like Brandon Cooks could have run a 100-yard dash.
He's more power back status.
I wouldn't even call him power back. He's just a plow. Tell you what, though, I feel bad for the white women that he was with that night because he was feeling himself. Derrick Henry is a guy who likes white women, plumper white women.
Tennessee proud.
Take us away with the Jets Bills.
Jets Bills. What a barn burner. Well, it was a game. Bills were in control most of the day. Came down to the end. Jets had a fourth and goal. Pounded it in there. Bills didn't respond. And
Well, you know what?
Jets went on to win.
You know why their season hasn't been so good? They have a terrible kicker.
I don't know. He had a pretty good day. Pretty good day.
Not good enough to get you the win.
Not good enough to get me the win.
My takeaway from that game is Josh Allen once again had over 100 yards rushing.
3 straight games of 100 plus.
But on the season, is that 4 or 5?
5, I think.
Because I know he had one where he went over 100, but then like kneel downs took him behind to where he finished with like 99.
The NFL's talking about doing a nickname jersey next week or like next year, like 1 week everyone can put nicknames on their jersey.
He
like
hates
NBA.
Baseball?
His is gonna be White Vic. White Vic.
Dude, I don't ever think that guy. I didn't think that guy was going to be like a running quarterback.
No, it's gonna be White Vic minus the dogs. That's gonna be the name.
Minus the dog.
Real small font.
Cat fighter.
But it's a game. Bills should have won.
It's 2 teams playing for nothing. That are they're going out there. They're showing what they have. There's a pretty good chance that the Jets might not have the same head coach next year. And so these players, especially for the Jets, they got to go out there and they got to play with all their heart because the guys that go out there and look like schlubs when the new coach comes in and watches the last 4 game tapes, he's going to look to see who the guys are that got Todd Bowles fired, and he's going to make sure that they're not the guys that get him fired.
Yeah. And no disrespect
Or
to
her?
Huh?
Condoleezza?
Nah, it's going to be that Fox lady that was masturbating in their office.
What?
You see that?
Condoleezza?
No, there was like some Fox reporter. I don't know her name. There was like a videotape. Someone hacked her phone and like leaked the videotape of her like flicking her bean in her office.
Well, we got to take a
we
break.
all done that?
We can go to break real quick.
Mock,
We're gonna
Giants,
simulcast it.
Skins.
The Giants-Skins game, it started off real sloppy. It was just like a punt fest for a little while. And then the Giants said, hey, let's score a lot of points.
Is it that simple?
Really, I mean, it looked like it. I mean, Barkley, once he got going, he was just incredible again. I think it was interesting how well the offense played without Odell. And not to say that he's a very important part of the offense, but that was a last-minute, scratch from the game. So I got to figure that the Redskins planned all week for how do we stop Odell. So now he's gone, and that's got to just throw your whole game plan. Because, the Giants kind of move the ball.
Well, when you can
with
run the
ease.
ball effectively, you set up play action,
Also, didn't have the
Todd
Skins run the defense was on the field for 98% of that game.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez, his career ended
Listen.
yesterday.
Wasn't all his fault. In the first half, those fucking receivers dropped.
They dropped a
every
lot of
ball.
balls. They dropped a lot of balls, but
2 of them were one pick was because they dropped it.
he threw did he finish with 3 picks or was it 2? Because the second one was really bad. It was completely his fault. It's just his career ended yesterday. No, I can't imagine another team is gonna
I want to
bring him
say,
in.
for how bad Jared Goff was last night, his passer rating was double what Mark Sanchez's was.
But Josh Johnson,
It was nice to see Josh Johnson get out there. He played decent.
He had 2 touchdowns.
He ran around, He,
Had fun.
It was
fun
one of
out
those
there.
things he looked good, but he came in what the middle of the third or something, and
I'm not saying he was good because of that. It was just nice to see the guy go out and have some fun. All right, poor guy.
scored a touchdown.
12 teams.
I'll take the Saints and the Bucks, I guess. Bucks had control for most of this game. and then the Saints decided to play some football. They haven't been themselves in the last 2 weeks, even though it was pouring in Tampa Bay all game. Not an excuse, but hey, you're not used to it.
Dome teams, say what you want, but
Well, the last couple of weeks, I mean, you mentioned the weather, but Breeze hasn't looked as sharp.
No. But, like,
Who do the Saints play for the rest of their season?
let's not talk about that yet.
All right.
Playing Pittsburgh.
Panthers twice.
Yeah, Panthers twice, Pittsburgh.
I'm a Steelers fan.
bad time to be a Steelers fan.
Bad time for you guys to talk about it. Kendall,
Anyways.
hit me with the Dolphins bats.
Oh,
Game?
what fun! What fun! Actually, it started off. Dolphins kind of
Best decision they made was to not throw to Charles Clay.
Dolphins.
Charles Clay is a Dolphin?
Dolphins scored
Oh, no,
first. It kind of like, hey, tides may turn. Patriots scored. It kind of went back and forth for a little while. Patriots had a lead, 30-28, late in the fourth. They drove down. Gostkowski kicked the field goal to make it 33-28. Then the magic happened. Tannehill drops back, hits
Kenny
Stills. Yes, Stills, who flipped it to
Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake.
No.
No, we flipped
There
it to
was
someone
two
else
laterals.
first. Two laterals.
Bryce Butler.
Butler over to Drake.
Yeah.
Drake did the rest.
Gronk. Terrible tackling.
He was playing the safety there. Took a bad angle. He looked real slow there,
You
and
know
he
what,
kind of just
though?
lumbered to the ground.
They showed the angle of him watching the play. He just stood there.
Well, see, the thing is I don't blame Gronk. That's Belichick's fault. Why was Gronk out there?
I mean,
Give me a good reason as to why Gronk should be out there.
the only explanation is we see teams do this all the time on like the Hail Mary throws. They put a receiver out. I get that,
So
but
Tannehill was
Tannehill
going to
was
throw
not
it to
throwing
the
it
end
70
zone
yards.
from his own 30.
Exactly. That didn't
that-
make sense.
So that's Belichick's fault. That's you put your third string safe, someone who's hired to tackle.
yeah.
Not somebody who's
Mitchell,
hired-
The guy that's really good on special teams.
That's somebody who's hired to tackle.
Yeah, but he's
That's what I
also
just said.
the third-
Private stock.
No, the third string receiver.
No, that's private stock.
That's not
It's private
that's the
stock.
third string. No,
It's private stock.
Not taking it. Anyways,
God, he gets so mad.
So personal.
Well, and it just Dolphins. We'll say they got lucky. That's kind of what it boils down to. You're doing the lateral thing at the end of the game, the schoolyard BS.
I'm
You
waiting
get
to
lucky.
hear if they rip Gronk for the lack of effort. I'm waiting to
You
hear
know-
for it.
The thing is,
they would have said it already.
Exactly, because he's a Patriot.
it's a guy. He's not in that position. You know, it's interesting. Because he has been in on Hail Mary plays for offense and defensively, and I can't ever really recall a time where he's ever come down with the ball. It's just,
Or if he's even really been near it.
yeah, he's not. Maybe he's not built to do that that thing. I guess.
If
But
you can, before the next game, just real quick, yes, no, does Gronk play next year?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brady will be there.
yeah, I think he does.
I got a feeling he
No.
doesn't.
Well,
I think it's going to come down. At some point, Barstool is going to offer him a lot of money to work for them,
Yeah, but I don't.
and he's always hurt.
Or
But
the
they're not going to offer it
WWE.
to him while he's still an active player. They're going to offer it to him after he retires. That's what they did with Pat.
McAfee retired to go to Barstool.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's because
he
he
was
hated
already talking
Gregson.
about retiring.
That's because he hated Gregson too.
Well, to wrap up the game too, Miami seems to have really good games versus New England. They seem to have the
Only
number
in
at
Miami.
home. Yeah,
Yes.
at home. So
In December.
and it's like in December at home. It's just one of those things. So good for
All right.
them.
Paul, Chiefs, Ravens.
I mean, it's kind of a bummer for Ravens fans. You know, they hung with arguably the best team in the NFL for the whole game. There were several opportunities where it looked like they were going to win it, and to add the insult to injury, Lamar Jackson got hurt.
Did he get hurt?
Yeah, Robert Griffin III came in to finish the game. I think he played like the last 2 snaps of the game.
What? I didn't see that. What happened?
I don't remember what happened.
He
but
got like sacked funny.
yeah,
and
it was an overtime. And
He just came in-
RG3 came out, played like 2 snaps, and ended up losing because like they couldn't complete the 4th down or whatever. But I mean, you know, the Ravens, the defense did a good job to kind of somewhat contain the explosiveness of Kansas City. It's hard to contain creative greatness and the cross the field throw to Tyreek Hill or the no look pass. You can't defend things like that. Not in football. But the Ravens did a good job, and fortunately for Steelers fans, they didn't get the win. So it's like the week, between we're going to get to those games, but between the Ravens, Steelers, Texans, and Patriots, it's like this week never happened for any of them.
Is
Everything's the same.
is Mahomes guaranteed the MVP now?
No.
Who else can take it?
I don't think Mahomes is guaranteed the MVP because the Chargers are only a game behind them, and if the Chargers beat them, the Chargers have the tiebreaker. And I think if the Chargers take the division, Phillip Rivers is MVP.
So this is
That's fair.
Mahomes' second year, correct?
Yeah.
So
And I also think that Drew Brees is still in the argument for
Yeah.
MVP.
I thought so too, but like I said, the last 2 games he's been.
well, I mean, by the Simmons rule, he can win Rookie of the Year.
Did you see? He wants to win it this year.
Well, the thing,
Come on, so
my argument for Drew Brees versus Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes is doing more, but also has a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you look at the last 2 weeks, Kamara and Thomas have been irrelevant, or not. Not Thomas had some catches this week, but like the week before was it? No, 2 weeks before, Kamara and Thomas didn't. I think Kamara and Thomas combined. I know it's fantasy, but combined for like 12 fantasy points, and Drew Brees still threw 5 touchdowns and like 400 yards.
Were those with that no-name receiver?
Yeah,
I can't
and it was
remember.
all undrafted free agents pretty much that caught touchdowns. I mean, so it's just Drew Brees is putting up MVP numbers with a lot less talent around him.
That's fair.
With that same argument, I put Luck over Breeze this year.
No,
What do you mean no?
because they're not going to make the playoffs.
They may.
If they make the playoffs, you can put them in the discussion.
They play Baltimore.
If they make the playoffs, you can put them in the discussion. But if they don't make the playoffs, then no.
But my big takeaway from that game,
Because if they don't make the playoffs without Luck, that just means they're probably picking first instead of picking 15th.
Fair.
in my opinion, I think once defenses realize how to stop Lamar Jackson, he's going to struggle hard. All they can do is run the ball. He was like 11 for 24 or something. He didn't impress me with the arm.
Not yet.
He was never accurate in college.
No, I
He could
agree.
just run.
But I think it's
I don't think
worth
he's going to be a bust though. Like I think he's.
I don't think he'd be a buff. I don't think he's going to.
it's worth to see what after an off season what comes
Yeah.
back.
I think that's going to be the main focal. I think when they brought him in because of the Flacco injury, it was just like we don't have enough time to sit down and go through. Like if Flacco got injured in a game like on a Sunday and it was right before the bye week, I think we would have seen a lot less of the running. Not a lot less, but we would have seen more pass first Lamar Jackson plays. But Lamar Jackson was just kind of inserted in and was like, okay, like make stuff happen, and he can do it with his legs.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Ravens bring Mike Vick in, not as a player, but to work with Jackson. Because I mean, Vick was very mobile. He also had a great arm. I could see him trying to work with him to develop that arm.
Randall Cunningham.
Mass.
You picked literally the one game that I didn't watch.
Okay, Paul. Back to you. Colts Texans.
I mean, there's, I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, it was like a hard fought game from both sides. It was one of those games where like if I would have sat down and done pick'ems, I probably would have picked the Texans because of the hot streak they were riding and the talent they have defensively. But it wouldn't have shocked me if the Colts win, which they did. Andrew Luck played very well. T.Y. Hilton played very well. Ebron played very well. I think he's just got his 13th touchdown of the season or something like that.
He's great.
The guy who dropped literally everything in Detroit. But the Colts they're continuing to show that they're a team that a lot of people thought were on step 1 of the 10-step process to winning a Super Bowl, and with Luck back, they're on step 4. I mean, I don't think I think that they're right there in playoff contention and fringe. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year, to be honest. I just don't. I still think they're too inconsistent as a team, offensively and defensively. But with Luck playing healthy and back to Andrew Luck status, they've made a lot of steps forward, and they struck gold in the draft with their defensive pick. Yeah. But
Texans had a couple 3-and-outs.
But the fact of the matter is it's like Monk hasn't shown me that he can be the leader in the backfield. Maybe next year, But I'm not saying he's not surprising me to be this amazing running back. I think that he can be serviceable for them, and I think with the right off-season program and whatnot, he can be the guy. But for me right now, it's guaranteed next season. You've got the rookie that. On defense, his name keeps us.
Darius Leonard.
Yep. You've got Leonard, Luck, and T.Y. Hilton coming
Who
into
should be
next year.
defensive rookie of the year, by the way. He had 20-plus more tackles than Van Der Esch and more sacks as well.
I think it's going to be the kid from the Chargers.
Derwin James.
Yeah. That's my
But
pick anyway.
Van Der Esch is
Those are the only 3 people going into next year that like are guaranteed going to be like these are like stars for us. Everybody else still has a question mark. So it was a good game by the Colts. Good fight. They're showing that they're fighting and that they're trying to win and that they're not in complete rebuild mode.
Yeah.
And it's another exclamation point on how good Andrew Luck is and how much the NFL forgot how good he was.
I'm happy to see him playing well.
And for the Texans, it's hard to win 9 straight games. It's eventually
Yeah,
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
lose.
stop.
Everyone's gonna lose,
Mass.
except for the Dolphins.
so Browns Panthers.
Correct.
Okay, so pretty good game. For
Panthers are fucking terrible.
They beat themselves every week.
Doesn't matter, it's
they
still
really
terrible.
do, and Panthers were never really in control of this game. Baker Mayfield continues to look like my favorite quarterback out of this draft.
He's fun to watch.
He really is. And
That fucking fake was so funny.
it really was.
Guy threw air, and, like held the ball like Michael Vick does when he runs, and then just tossed it into the running back,
Like that. It's gorgeous. It's like
just like that.
shut up. But beautiful 50-yard touchdown pass to Jarvis Landry, back corner of the end zone. Just
We should have started him this week.
yeah, no kidding. Panthers once again found a way to blow it, throw an interception.
I got to see the game when they switched it over.
Yeah.
And they're like, the commentators is like, and here comes Cam Newton, chance to silence the naysayers. First throw, picked off
Well,
immediately.
see, it's one of those things that this losing streak that they're going on after putting up so many wins and looking like they could have kept on a winning streak to eventually maybe compete with the Saints for the South. It just showcases that there's a lot of holes in this team, so that they need receiver help. They, without Greg Olsen, they don't have a tight end. Like there's no tight end depth.
Their defense is very weak now.
Their defense is weak. Their secondary isn't what it used to be. I mean, really, their secondary hasn't been what it was since they got rid of Norman. And their secondary really took a drop off after Norman left. And it's not saying Norman's the greatest secondary player ever, but it's just
He was good there.
you lose the best part of your secondary, and the rest of it kind of crumbled a little bit here and there. I mean, Kuechly's always going to be a bright spot. They do have good pass rushing, but there's a lot of holes, and it's just a shame because the Panthers they're not as good as they were showing to be. I think that they would have been a one and done in the playoffs, and all this losing when the season's done is just going to be attested to. Cam wasn't 100%. It's not going to be the Panthers were outplayed. It's not going to be that the Panthers aren't as good as we thought they were. It's Cam wasn't 100%.
Does Ron Rivera have a job next year?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking the same question in my head, but yeah, I think he's still there.
The only bright spot is, though, Chris McCaffrey continues to
Yeah,
play phenomenal.
he's incredible. He's a guy, too, I think should be in the MVP talks, but the team keeps losing.
No running back's going to win it. I just don't think a running back will ever, at least in this NFL, is never going to win it. It's not. It's not as important of a position.
It's a very exchangeable position.
Packers Falcons.
That's a sorry, we'll get into it. It's just, the argument is, if you take Todd Gurley off the Rams are still going to put up points. They're still, the receiving game is good, the passing game is good. If you replace Todd Gurley with, I don't know, just pick a bum running back.
Yeah, but if you take McCaffrey off the Panthers this year, they're a 2-win team.
Right, I understand that. But if you take Cam off of it, they're a 2-win team.
Yeah, but this season McCaffrey's been light years more important than Cam has.
But Gurley's better.
Oh yeah,
Statistically,
I'm
in all
not saying
categories,
he's
really,
not better.
except for receiving yards.
That's
better.
not the debate.
But I'm saying, it's the importance level. I mean, without Cam, they're probably a 2-win team too. I mean, you take Gurley off. If you take Gurley off and you put in Mazzell, the rookie for the Bears right now, the third string running back, the Rams are still probably going to put up 25 points a game. If you take Goff out and you put in Mark Sanchez, not even Mark Sanchez, it doesn't have to be that drastic. But if you put Blake Bortles on the Rams, the Rams are probably not scoring more than 14 points a game.
The good old Jeff Fisher.
That guy's awesome. All right.
Packers Falcons. Packers ended up pulling it out, right?
34-20.
Their interim head coach used both challenges within 90 seconds of the game. not even. I'm kidding.
That's very funny.
It was 2 minutes. Sorry, it was the first 2 minutes of the game. He threw both challenge flags and lost both.
I was about to
God,
say,
that's
both of
great.
them?
I think they won one, though.
I mean,
Was he challenging
Oh, he might have
spots?
won the second.
He won the second one.
Aaron Rodgers.
Did he?
Yes.
Because from that
We were
game,
watching that.
I only saw highlights.
Very angry tonight, Kyle.
But Aaron Rodgers looked like he was playing well. I mean, every time the game break went, it was them scoring. Falcons, there was a team that looked hot earlier in the year.
They're offensively struggling hard.
Yeah.
And it's not just Freeman. They're just offensively just out of sync completely.
It's not
Sarkisian.
looking good.
The only positive thing that happened for the Falcons yesterday was, by some miracle, the referees deemed that Julio Jones catch a catch, and that was not a catch at all. Like, all the processes of a catch. You got to have 2 feet down. You got to make a football move. Have possession of the football. None of those things. He had none of those. The checklist was blank, and they were just like, "Yeah, it's a catch." Okay.
It felt bad.
Wish they felt bad more often.
But I mean, these are two teams I don't think we're going to see make the playoffs. Falcons are just sloppy. They're hurt.
Packers took the gas off the pedal once they got up
Yeah.
pretty big, and then Falcons scored those 2 cheap touchdowns, and that was really about it. Julio Jones was one of them, though. I'll take the next game. Niners Broncos. We went to George Kittle show in San Fran.
Well,
Oh,
it
no,
was
it
the
was
George Kittle half.
Yeah, still the show.
Do you
But
see
nothing
the-
happened after.
Do you see the picture of Shannon Sharp? Like Shannon Sharp celebrating after the game. He's got the cigar in his mouth, and yeah, I guess he had to see it. But
What the fact that Kittle literally needed 5 yards in the second half to break the record for
yeah,
most.
he still owns the record for
7
receiving yards
catches,
and such.
He had
200.
5 yards, and they couldn't get him 5 yards.
Literally didn't make a catch in the second half.
Broncos figured it out. Hey, let's guard that guy.
I'm sorry. Even if you're cut, I mean, it's 5 yards.
Whatever, man. Niners won this game because the Broncos are very hurt. Sandals. Wow. Sanders is hurt.
Emmanuel Sandals in the
Good
cup.
call. And Chris Harris Jr. is out for the year. I don't see the Broncos doing anything, but Lindsley keeps to look good. Mullins is he's nothing but better than but he's
Good day. He threw 2 touchdowns, right? And
Yeah, that's just though.
He's
Like,
aight.
he did nothing after the first half. After they decided, hey, let's guard Kittle.
Mullins is playing for a backup job next year.
Yeah. Or a starting job for the
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Or
Denver.
the Redskins at this point.
Denver.
Someone raise their hand. Mass, you got Chargers Bengals.
Oh, fuck.
he was all excited.
I can sum this up in one sentence.
And what's that?
Gross.
The Chargers won in Chargers fashion. That's
Okay.
the game.
Yeah.
They should have dominated this game. They didn't. They let the Bengals hang around. It got ugly, and the Chargers were able to walk out of there with a win. The Chargers should have won this game 34-10. But that's Chargers football. Chargers are built off of the Chargers, and the team I'm sure we're getting to next are built off of letting lesser opponents hang around for a long time.
We're not there yet. We're close, though.
Oh, okay.
They are the team that plays down to their opponent.
Okay.
Nope.
We'll get there in a minute.
That team's coming up.
Don't raise their hand.
Is this the Eagles Dallas game?
It is.
Can I
raise my
can I-
hand first, though?
No,
Go ahead.
no.
I'd
Go
like
ahead.
to talk
All right.
about things from that game also.
Rebecca raised her hand first, though.
You want to? You think you? Oh, she's shaking her head. Got a little excited and then realized,
This is why we bought
Yes.
you the bacon banana shake.
which is probably pretty good.
I'd like to start the conversation by saying there were 2 really bad calls in that game. There was the kickoff fumble where the Eagles clearly recovered the fumble, and they ruled that there was no
Yeah.
clear recovery. And then the offensive pass interference in the end zone on I don't remember his name. They said that one of the Eagles receivers though had offensive pass
Goddard.
interference. Goddard.
On the 75
So
yard.
I want it to be known. So yes, those were 2 bad calls.
Yeah.
But the only one of the 2 that actually mattered was the kickoff one. The other one people are like, oh, they got two calls against the Eagles that were bullshit, blah blah. Okay, but the Eagles right after that call scored a touchdown, so
Yeah.
it didn't matter.
Right.
That doesn't matter. So if they had to settle for a field goal, different. It doesn't matter. Like I hate fans who are like, oh, there were 75 bad calls. Okay, but 74 of them you still scored points, so it doesn't really give a shit.
You know what the problem was? Kicker. They would have won that game if he made an extra point or the field goal.
Yeah.
We're also getting to that.
Fuck kickers. Okay?
But the thing too, that game, I watched most of that game, and it felt like every play there was a flag. Every play.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's as a fan, it's tough because you want the referees to get the game. You don't want it to just get reckless. But it's horrible to watch when every play is being called back.
But that's the thing that I expect from an Eagles-Cowboys game. It's two very like that whole division. If you're a fan of a team in that division, you loathe the other three teams in the division. But Cowboys-Eagles is just something about it. Like the Cowboys-Eagles, like Giants-Eagles fans hate each other. Giants-Cowboys fans hate each other. Fans hate the Cowboys. Cowboys fans hate the Giants. But Cowboys players and Eagles players don't get along. Those games are always flag friendly. They're always shit shows. It's two teams that are just really going at it. And this time it was super emphasized because the Cowboys were trying to win to, pretty much wrap up the East. And, I mean, it's not mathematical, but it's going to take a miracle for any other team to beat them. The Eagles were playing to get right back into the hunt and potentially win the East. The Eagles aren't out of it, but they got to start off by going on the road to LA next week. They got to beat the Rams, which
will happen.
But it's not like they're playing with the Redskins at home. It's not like the rest of their schedule is cakewalk.
I gotta say, there was one really cool thing that happened in this game that I personally liked. No. It was Darren Sproles.
Oh.
Back on the field, and then he ends up scoring, and I was watching, and I was like, that was kind of cool.
Very reminiscent of
He's
old.
Probably not playing next year.
I think he already said he's done.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
I don't know, 47? I think, what's he, like 36?
I don't know if that old. Well, he might be.
He's up there. But,
I'm sorry.
It was just cool to see him get on and like, he actually looked good. I mean, he was moving with some speed. It was fun to watch him play again.
See the touchdown celebration that DeMarcus Lawrence joined in on?
Yeah, he silenced that.
I didn't understand what was happening there.
He was like begging for I don't know. They were doing. I forgot what happened.
But that's what they were celebrating, and then I thought it was just gonna start a fight, but then he was celebrating with them. I was like,
it was just funny.
What
is happening?
It was weird.
All right, who wants the next game?
I'll take it.
Go ahead, Lions, Cardinals.
All right. This was just a weird game.
Lions won.
I didn't even know this game happened.
Neither did either team.
If you look at the box score, without the actual score of the game, there's no way you'd think the Lions won this game. The Cardinals had more yards. The Cardinals had by far more first downs. The Cardinals had less penalties. The Cardinals were same amount of turnovers. The Cardinals had more yards of offense. The Cardinals beat them in passing. They beat them in rushing. They were ineffective. And really, honestly, the Lions didn't do anything. Matthew Stafford didn't even throw for 100 yards in the game.
Oh.
It was Darius Slay's pick six that really just that was the play of the game.
Probably a cheap touchdown at the end.
Yeah, the cheap touchdown to the rookie there, or not the rookie, but the unknown running back guy. I forget his name.
Oh, Zach Zenner.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
No, you don't.
He's white. He was there before.
You don't love him.
He's nice. He's a nice guy.
He's nice. We go to brunch
On teams.
That's true.
It is true. It is true.
I never finished the season, so.
But I mean, the game was two teams playing for nothing, going at it, and
It showed.
yeah, the worst team won.
Ready to take this with me?
Let's do it.
All right. So, fuck Mike Tomlin. Big Ben could have came out there. He specifically said Big Ben could have played. Why didn't you put him out there? Josh Dobbs is ass.
Does Mike Tomlin have a job next year?
No. He deserves to be fired, and I don't
think so.
I want him fired.
You don't think he's there next year? Marvin Lewis?
No.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That would be the best thing
Hugh
ever.
Jackson.
I don't know what. I mean, I saw that he had bruised ribs, but he came right out and said that he could play. I don't
He
understand.
looked fucking fine. He was awesome. First drive, right down, touchdown.
It was
Defense.
ego. That's what it was. It was ego. It was Mike Tomlin going, "We're playing the Raiders. Dobbs should be able to take care of this," and he played terrible.
Got
Was he
nothing
out
done
of-
on the ground.
Was he out of the game from the beginning?
No,
From
he-
the
I-
third quarter
I
until
think, too,
midway fourth.
Do you think, again, me and Kendall kind of talked about it quickly. Do you think this has any indication if Ben plays next year? That they wanted to see what they have in Dobbs? They figured the Raiders are a scrub team. Let's throw him out there, see what he
No.
has.
I just think he wanted to protect Ben. What if Ben got hurt? First of all, Dobbs isn't the answer. They already know that. They wouldn't have drafted Rudolph if they thought Dobbs was the answer.
But I'm not saying he was the answer, but I think it there could have been a level of, let's see what we have. We're playing the Raiders. We're going to win this.
No, because
and it didn't go that way.
They
for
said
him,
they're
but-
treating this like a playoff game. They just wanted to keep Ben safe. Sorry, wrong fucking move. 2, Chris Boswell sucks ass. That's 2 field goals.
No.
No, the first field goal
Yeah,
was the
but
key
this-
reason why they lost that game.
Okay, but
It would have been up by a touchdown, whole different ball game. Okay, I get it. They
But
would
you
have.
can't live in the wood. But the game tying field goal wasn't his fault. You're
No,
playing on the worst
slipping.
field in all of sports.
The first field
All
goal
of sports
was 40 yards.
Oh
and
man,
he
hold on. Maybe
shanked
the
it right.
hill in center field for the Astros might be the worst. But did they do away with that?
Yeah, they got rid of
Okay,
it.
so yeah, the worst field in all sports. That wasn't his fault that he missed that second field goal.
No, but
It's not, but he also hasn't been good all year.
No,
I mean,
he hasn't.
him slipping is
And then he, like,
But at the same
unfortunate.
time,
He'd have
it's
to-
management's fault. Like,
Yeah.
okay, he's been missing all year long. Why is he still your guy going out there trying to take clutch kicks?
Yeah. Well, it's crappy, and you can't lay it on the defense because the offense didn't move the ball all game. The defense is going to get tired eventually, but it comes down to a 4th and goal. They give up the touchdown.
He was
then
wide open.
It deflates.
Wide
it deflates
open.
the sales. So now, fortunately, very much like the Dolphins, the Steelers got down the field in a hurry, kind of on a lateral type play, and it set up the field goal. But it shouldn't come to that. You know, you'd hope that your defense could make a stand at some point
So-
against
They're
one
missing-
of the worst
they need-
teams.
They
in the league.
need a middle linebacker with speed badly. It's clear that Ryan Shazier is the missing piece, but he's never going to come back.
He was deadlifting the other day.
Yeah, but
Do
right, I understand what you're
do
saying.
you think when Boswell slipped, Gruden was like, "Shit," like, "Damn it"?
anyways, fuck that game.
But what Paul stated earlier, we're very fortunate that nothing
Everyone else
changed.
Yeah,
So
the,
there's
the Chiefs are, in my opinion, the Chiefs are going to win the 1 seed anyway. So really, it's just a wash. It's like the week never happened for the teams 2 through 4 and the wild card.
The only problem was they needed that game because the next 2 games are hard. You got
Right.
New England
Well, of
and you
course
got New Orleans.
You always want to win, but it was
goes
a
back-
consolation
Get off
that
that though.
You're up by a game and a half then, and you can afford one more loss.
Okay, but
This
you
is
can't.
my thing.
Yeah, but you can't go based off that because that's the exact mentality I had against the Giants. And let's go on to that game.
You're on.
Okay.
Both of you guys.
So that's the mentality I had. Trubisky should be playing. He should have been in, even if he's not 100%. The Giants is one of the Giants and the 49ers. Those are the 2 games that, they're not going to be necessarily easy, but those are the teams we should beat. And if we beat those, we probably win the division, regardless of what happens, blah, 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 blah. And then the Bears go out and fucking dominate the Rams defensively. So, I mean, really, both teams dominated defensively. It was a great defensive showing from, and Mass, I'd like you to jump in on this. Both teams played very well defensively. Really, both teams did a good job at completely keeping the other team's star player at bay. I mean, Mac had the one play where he got in there and forced the fumble, but the Rams recovered it, so it was like a sack, essentially. And then Aaron Donald had one play where Jordan Howard, it was 3rd and 2, and he managed to wrap Howard up a yard shy of the down markers. But that's all we saw from those 2 players. It was the rest of the defense stepping up. What's the Rodgers or something like that? Your cornerback?
Nickel Roby Coleman,
No.
Marcus Peters.
Oh, was it Roby Coleman?
Yeah.
Roby Coleman had a phenomenal game. Roby Coleman had a pick at the end of the first half. He broke up what was going to be a diving touchdown catch by Allen Robinson. He played phenomenal. And on the flip side of it, Eddie Jackson did Eddie Jackson things. He had a duck pick interception. It was a Hail Mary attempt at the end of the first half, but still another interception. And he broke up some key passing attempts in the fourth quarter. Kyle Fuller tied the league lead for interceptions with 7 now. That was probably, everyone likes to talk about what the Bears did this offseason. Robinson, bringing in Mack, Gabriel, all this stuff. Not letting Kyle Fuller go to the Packers was the biggest thing that the Bears did this offseason.
matching
Keeping
the
Kyle
offer.
Fuller was the biggest thing that they did this offseason, in my opinion. Because Mack is great, but Mack can't do anything if the receivers are always open. Because he needs time to get to the quarterback. And now they have time. The big takeaways from this game are the Bears defense is for real. They held the best running back in football to under 30 yards rushing, and I think under 60 yards of total offense. They had 54, right? He had 2 catches for
It was
10 yards
great.
each.
It was great.
But the defense in a whole is for real. They kept Goff to under 200 yards passing. They kept the rushing to 50 yards pretty much in total. Just over 200 yards of offense. They limited them on 3rd downs. They held them on 2 4th down stops. The defense is for real. The takeaway from the Rams is that they need to get, in my opinion, they coached the last 2 games terribly. They are going out there with the mentality of gunslinging that we're gonna score. You have the best running back in football. Give him the ball. If Gurley's not touching the ball 20 times a game, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. You lost, in my opinion.
My takeaway from this one.
And then hold on, sorry. My other takeaway is the Bears might be in big trouble. Is the other takeaway from that game because Bryce Callahan got injured. Their nickel cornerback, Bryce Callahan, has been absolutely destructive at the nickel corner position. He has broken up like 6 passes. He's got like 2 sacks. He's got a pick. He's got tons of pass deflections, breakups, all that stuff. And if McManus has been in the system for a long time, but McManus isn't the corner that Callahan is. And if Callahan has to miss ball games, I think we're going to be in a lot of trouble, especially against Green Bay.
I think we saw a preview of the NFC Championship game.
I disagree.
I think it's going to be Bears-Rams NFC Championship.
Disagree with you again. I don't think the Rams.
You disagree with the same thing?
I don't think that the Rams make it to the NFC Championship game. I really, really don't.
I don't think either of the teams do, to be honest.
So then who do you have in there right now?
Saints are going.
And?
I think it's going to be Seattle.
I don't know that Seattle makes it that far.
Marshawn Lynch comes back to
Seattle. Seattle's one of those teams that they don't go away.
Yeah, you're right.
Seattle doesn't go away. They don't, and they play great football. And Pete Carroll is an amazing head coach, and they figure stuff out all the time. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see, especially now, because I think the only stadium that Seattle would have trouble with going into in the playoffs is New Orleans.
Yeah, but anybody's going to have trouble going into New Orleans.
I mean, here's the thing: if the playoffs started today, I can see the Vikings beating the Bears. I can see it happening. Because, to be fair, the Minnesota's been playing like shit offensively. They're due for a breakout. It's the reverse thing of the Texans and like with the Saints. You're winning so many games in a row, you're going to lose one eventually. You have this star-studded offense that's putting up fucking donuts all over the place. Eventually, they're going to fucking be lights out. So that's the end of that. We're going to come back in the second hour. We're going to do some Riddler's ranking stuff towards the end of the hour. I think the Red Baron has a game.
Yeah, we're going to kind of go something on the fly. We're going to see if it doesn't work, we'll know right away.
So we're going to do all kinds of stuff. And I believe in the third hour, we're going to do Red Baron Appreciation, Mix, Mox, Match, Mashup. And I believe that Souls wanted to touch on a little bit of MLB Winter Meeting stuff. So we will be back in about 5 minutes. Keep your buns planted.
And now, back to Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by Dix.
Wasn't expecting that, actually.
I tell you, he throws me off sometimes because he's like looking at me, and I'm like, do I say my name? I'm not sure.
Yes, but you don't say it, so I say something else every time.
I know, but like, there's
you can't
always
have that type of communication. The show will fall apart.
There's always just like a quick enough pause where I'm like,
And who am
Can
I?
you give that to us again?
That was good.
Nice.
So we're back to the second hour. It turns out we're not going to play Kendall's game because it involved encyclopedias, and that's not as Mock likes to put it.
Riveting radio.
Well, the idea would be like you'd be rushing and panicking to find information. It would be like a time.
But you know what I would
time-based
do?
trial.
I would Google it.
Yeah, and that's no fun. Anybody could
I
Google
would
it.
also just guess.
But you
Kyle Bullock and Billy Volk was the backup.
I don't think that was the question.
We
It
could do
was the exact question.
The question was who had a better season
Kyle Bullock or Billy Volk. And like I said,
between the two. It could have been Billy Volek. He could have had the better year.
I don't think both of them were in the league yet.
Oh, they were. I have it.
Were they in the league?
Yeah, and so these are old books. 07,
Well,
08,
I thought
09.
this is something we could do.
I was going to say we could do the terrible game that we did the night that we were over my house and drinking. Name of the best player to ever wear a jersey number.
Oh God, no! That was based off a website. That wasn't like us
Number
like
one.
saying who it was. Because if we had to do like, all right, 52, like Khalil Mack. But that was a bad example. I just thought of that. All right, so I have something in mind
Number one is
we
Isaac
could do,
Smith.
but I thought this would be fun. So based off of something Kyle and I were doing last night, So, real quick, just for the listeners, go around. What are the sports you know most about? So, Soul, start us off.
What was the question?
What are the sports you know most about?
Baseball, basketball, and football.
Okay.
Mine's football and baseball.
Football, baseball.
Football.
Well, hold on. I'll give you basketball for this thing we're going to do.
Okay.
Football.
Well, baseball.
Okay, baseball.
So
And
it's-
air hockey.
It's like your team. Like,
Yeah,
how well do you know your team?
Okay.
Right, type of thing. So we'll kind of go around the horn. Like, we can just cycle through it. So I think it'd be interesting. We can get some explanation. There could be some arguments about it. And we don't not really a lot of same fan teams. But pick a team. Just pick one of your teams. So, Kyle, who's your team going to be?
Phillies.
Okay.
Giants.
All right.
Steelers.
Rams.
All right, I'm going to do the Blackhawks. Wait, who'd you pick?
Phillies.
All right, so I would do the Blackhawks and the Bulls because nobody picked basketball.
Sixers.
So, no, I just picked.
I could do basketball.
All right, what'd you pick?
I picked Rams.
Okay, so nobody picked baseball then. So you have to be the Phillies.
I'll do the Mets then.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
so
can I-
Kyle's doing
can I
the
be the
76ers.
Heat?
No. So 76ers for Kyle. Giants for Mock.
Mets.
Rams.
Rams.
And I'm going to do the Blackhawks. Your personal team's Mount Rushmore. Since you've been alive.
Since we've been alive. That's very
Since
You
important.
watched
been
the NFL
alive,
films on that, didn't
What's
you?
your... Because Kyle and I were playing a game where Bleacher Report put up an article. It was like, who's the Mount Rushmore for every baseball team? And I was quizzing Kyle, like, who do you think the 4 players are? And he would try to rattle them off, figure out who they were. So, it can be for impact purposes, favorite player purposes, type of thing. So, whoever wants to go first, if anybody's ready.
I'll go first.
All right, so you're doing the 76ers. So, who are your 76ers Mount Rushmore? And I think the thing is this is what I'd like to do. Now, for Mass, it's a little difficult because he doesn't know you guys that well, and he doesn't know hockey well enough, so he can't do it for me. But I want you guys to pick somebody to try to guess yours before you do it.
Oh.
So you pick somebody to try to guess your 76ers
Mock.
Mount Rushmore.
Shit talker.
You have the 76ers?
Yeah.
All right.
Samuel Delbert.
Dun, dun, dun.
Allen Iverson.
Riveting radio, Mock.
I know. Well,
Correctamundo.
just rattle them off. Just say 4 names.
Iverson, Embiid.
Say Rudy Gobert. You can't go wrong.
Steven.
Stephen Colbert.
I don't know. Ben Simmons. And Iguodala.
Yeah.
Did I hit all 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, think about it. Embiid's an impact. Like, the city.
Yeah.
The city's about Embiid. Embiid's about the city. Ben Simmons kind of the reason why they turned.
Although I did see a picture of Embiid in a Celtics jersey. He looks really good in green.
Anyways.
Kyle's going to throw up again.
saw a picture
Simmons
of
is
Simmons
like
in
the
the
main
rookie
reason why
sophomore
the
game
Sixers
jerseys.
turned
Looks really
their
good in that.
seasons around. And Iverson's the best player, one of the best players in Sixers history.
So can Simmons play? Is Simmons playing in the rookie sophomore thing this year?
Yeah. If he wants.
That's a third-year player.
You know
All right.
what? Fuck
So
it.
you get to pick someone to do guess your Giants Mount Rushmore.
Well, I gotta narrow mine down.
All right. So
Let
do you
Kendall
have
go.
the Mets ready?
Um,
All right. So I'll go. I have the Blackhawks. Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna pick Kendall.
Nice.
okay.
All right.
Patrick Kane.
Okay.
Duncan Keith.
Okay.
I'm rubbing my hands very vigorously right now.
Jonathan Tays.
Well, I was going to say Jonathan
Echo
Tays.
in this room.
Jonathan Tays, but man, I'm going to go with
I think I might know the fourth.
He knows who it is.
man.
You know who it is. Don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess yourself. Just say it. Say the name. Just say the name.
Say it.
Just say a name right now.
Say it.
Come on, Rick Barron.
I know.
Who was the first person you thought of?
Well, the first
You
person.
said Kane, Keith, Tays, and then who was the next person you thought of? Just say it.
I don't know if I have a fourth person yet.
So you're struggling to think of a person, is what you're saying?
I am struggling to think of a person.
Okay.
Do you not have a name in general?
So you just
I don't have a name right now, so I plead the.
So-
the best
Here
answer
we
you
go.
could have given because you wouldn't have guessed it would have been Marion Hossa, but that would have been incorrect.
Here, let's go back to Winthrop.
Jonathan?
Celebrity shot.
It's Jonathan Tays, Patrick Kane, Duncan Keith, and
Is it Brent Seabrook?
Coach Quinville.
Damn.
Damn.
Was I close with Brent Seabrook?
But I got
it would've
3.
been Hossa before Seabrook.
Okay.
I got
You
3.
did get 3. You did
But I
get
like
3.
got
Seabrook's
one.
name.
I
I like Seabrook's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mass, you ready?
Sure, why not?
All right, who do you pick to guess yours? I mean, I think it's only fair you pick me.
Yeah, I was
No,
actually probably
no,
going
you
to
don't
go
have
with
to
you.
pick me. I'm just kidding.
Mark Bolger.
No.
Jeff Fisher.
Damn it.
It's tough for like Mass because like,
Trey Mason.
he used to watch the Rams and then like didn't watch the Rams and then was kind of a Patriots fan and then for like 6 seconds was a Saints fan and then was a Rams fan again.
Out.
Well, I remember when he like denounced the Rams when they moved.
Yeah,
I did for a little while. I was.
you
very
should
upset.
denounce them because they look like a RPG player that hasn't unlocked all their costume yet. Those fucking weird helmets that they
Little
wear.
leveling up.
You like
They're
that?
like a my team.
Go all generations.
Well, it's gotta be since you were alive.
Oh, since I was alive. All right, go ahead
Yeah,
then.
that
I
was
got
like
it.
the big preface.
I just.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Deacon
I'm gonna
Jones.
say Gurley, Donald, Warner.
Fisher.
I'm gonna say Gurley, Donald, Warner, and Pace.
You got one of them.
What?
I got Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, Marshall Falk.
If he wasn't watching them.
It doesn't matter. He's still on
It
the.
kind of matters.
Is the other one Torrey
It'd
Holt?
be like me doing the
No,
Bulls
it's not.
one and saying Jordan and Pippen.
What? What?
What?
Nah, I do
You
better.
clipped bad. I could hear it through Rebecca's mic.
Yeah.
All right,
It
so
is.
Warner, Folk.
Warner, Folk, Pace, and
So I got
Donald.
2. I got 3.
You got 2.
I got 3. I said
You got-
Warner,
you got
Donald,
3.
Gurley, and Pace.
Ah, he said 2.
You did get 3. I'm sorry.
So you can take 2 shots of private
All right,
stock.
bring
for
it
the
over.
you
Where
fucked
is
up on.
Went from you got 1 to, oh, wait, you got most of them.
You
Wait,
suck.
got off
Oh wait, we're pretty good.
Damn.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, who do you want to guess yours?
Kyle.
Fuck. Brandon Jacobs, Eli Manning, Monty Toomer,
Tiki Barber.
and JPP.
You got one of them.
Ooh. So I'm going to go ahead and say Eli Manning, Odell Beckham.
Saquon Barkley.
Nah, too early. I'm going to say. See, it's the. Ooh, okay. Eli Manning, Odell Beckham, Hakeem Nicks, and Justin Tuck. That's my guess.
You got 2 of them.
I know which ones you got too. So
Yeah, Tuck.
You wanna take a shot?
Yeah, why not? All right, we're going to go Strahan, Manning.
Oh, fuck.
I also get it.
I always forget him because like I try to think of people that have like a good like mouth of teeth.
Right, but he's more known for Fox anyway.
Yeah, before your time. He was watching football
He's
from
more
the
known for
sixth
killing
grade.
off Regis Philbin to bang Kelly.
Strahan,
I would
Manning,
Officer up.
Justin Tuck, and for the hell of it, Mario Manningham.
Victor Cruz.
You also got 2.
Damn.
I would like to re-guess if that's possible. All
By
right,
all means.
Manning, Strahan, Nix, Coughlin.
You still have 2.
Is Manning one of them?
I know it. I know
Yes.
it. But
Go ahead, Kyle.
Osi Umenara, fuck did I say? Eli Manning, Michael Strahan, and Tom Coughlin.
Kyle
He-
has 3 of them.
It's not Tom,
Tom
Coughlin.
Coughlin is
Usi
not one of them.
Not
Norma,
Tom Coughlin.
Usi Minora,
You mean
Strahan, Manning, Beckham.
Fucking horse
I
shit.
thought Hakeem Nicks was Manning because of the helmet catch.
That was David Tyree.
That's what I.
You said Hakeem Hicks. I was
And
no, I said
souls
Hakeem
out of the
Nicks.
bottle.
Who's Hakeem Nick? Is that a person? Did I make
Yeah,
that
he
name
played
up?
for the Giants.
it was Hicks.
Hakeem Hicks.
It was Hicks.
Oh,
I got
You sure
Osi
it was
right
not
there.
Hakeem Nicks?
all right.
The OC one, I didn't think anyone would get. I was a big fan of his when he played.
Well, I sucked as a Raider.
Wait, it's not Hakeem Nicks?
Yeah, it's Hakeem Nicks.
I thought it was Hicks.
No,
Nicks.
it's Hakeem
Was it?
Nicks. Private shot.
I thought it was an H.
We have
Hold on, real quick
thinking of
before
Dominic
you do
Hickson.
that. It's
Yeah,
private stock.
I'm thinking of Dominic.
This
Private
thing-
liquor.
That thing's about to be gone.
Public booze for you in the portalette. All right, so
I'm ready.
Red Baron, your Mets Mount Rushmore.
Yep. I got to pick Sony?
You got to pick someone to guess it.
All right. Is there someone who hasn't guessed?
We all
No,
guessed.
We all guessed?
Everyone just guessed mine.
Well, I meant prior.
Me.
All right, Riddler, we'll have you.
Daryl Strawberry.
I remember in '85 when I was born.
Tim Tebow.
I think Kyle will be the best, but I know you're a big Homer kind of guy.
I
you know?
am.
So I'm
a
gonna
well-known
go-
Homer.
I already got all 4.
You
See,
think
I'm
so?
struggling with
I
the
know-
fourth one.
I know one for sure.
David Wright, Reyes, can't remember his name. Just blanking on it right now. Fat guy. Cologne. I just feel like you really like him.
I
And
do.
Syndergaard. That's my guess.
You got 2.
Okay, so it's not Cologne or Syndergaard.
David Wright, Jose Reyes.
Oh, who's that outfielder that robbed the home run?
It's Andy Chavez, but it's not him.
Yeah.
Carlos Beltran, Jacob DeGrom.
No, you got 2.
Tom Glavine?
Oh God.
Is Chavez one of them?
No.
Is TiVo one of them?
Just say it, because the other 2 are probably irrelevant.
Well, one
Ike
person.
Ike Taylor?
Two people are relevant.
Is it Delgado, Kendall?
No, Piazza
Ooh, forgot about him. Give it to me.
and Johan Santana, giving the Mets their first.
Bad idea, Mark. You do it.
Just forgot the cork.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We told Kyle he can't drink out of the
He
bottle.
just
'cause
did
You
broke.
before.
broke it. You broke one with 2.
No, I can't drink out of it because I threw up.
No, but he did.
No,
he
I
just
want you to
did.
drink
The
out
last
of it.
time he had, he drank out of the
No,
bottle.
I poured it.
No, I drank it.
Drink
He
out
drank
of the
it.
bottle. Who cares?
Yeah, he's
I
already
care.
drunk out of the bottle.
You're such a.
It's
homer.
already gone, bro.
Swished
What's
out
up to
the
you
bottle.
guys? Do you guys want to keep doing the Mount Rushmore thing?
Yeah.
We can do an anti-Mount Rushmore.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
anti-Mount.
also do the Yankees.
Yeah, we could do different. We could do.
Yeah, we'll do different teams. I like it. All right. Yeah. All right. So, Kyle, Phillies. Who do you want to try to guess?
I'd like to take a shot at it.
Okay, go.
Utley, Rollins, Holiday, Hamels.
2.
Wow. Ooh. Okay. Utley, Hamels, Nola, Hoskins.
2. Wait, say that again.
Utley, Hamels, Nola, Hoskins.
1.
So it's
Hamels, Rollins.
No, it's not Hamels.
it
It
is.
is Hamels.
it?
That's his favorite player.
Hamels, Rollins.
Unless he's trying to be cute over there.
Nah, he loves Rollins. Rollins has always been one of his favorite players. See, I don't know the World Series team.
It wouldn't be Cliff Lee. Because it'd be Holiday over Lee.
I like to name his double Mount Rushmore, like all of his favorite players.
All right, what do you got?
But to narrow it to 4, let's see if I can do it.
All right.
All right,
No stalling. Like
no
you did with
stalling. All right, I'm gonna go with Abreu, Hamels, Utley, and
Rollins is on there.
And Rollins.
Pat Burrell.
So it's Cole Hamels, Jimmy Rollins, Bobby Abreu. I'm putting Aaron Nola in there now.
Oh, so it was Pat Burrell.
I got 2.
That's what I said.
You said 1.
You said one.
No,
You said 1.
You said
You
one.
did say
you said
one.
Rollins after the first one. I didn't say the other one for the other one.
Do you want to do that in English?
First of all, go fuck yourself.
Matt, you're catching on quick.
All right. The reason why I'm putting Noah in there now, I think he's going to end up being either one of the top 3 or best pitchers in Phillies history.
Excuse me.
So we can throw
All
the
right.
It's
baseball.
not a long list, so.
Mock.
Yankees?
Yeah.
Already got it.
Go ahead, Paul.
Oh boy. All right. Jeter. Posada. Rivera. And
I feel like we touched on this last week.
yeah, I think we did too, but I just can't think of the last one. I know it's not Teixeira. Giambi.
No.
You have 3.
It's not Giambi.
So I had those 3 as well. For a 4th, let's go with
Oh, A-Rod.
no.
No.
You're a funny guy.
Hey, Kendall, how about you just guess a name? You're the
4th one.
radio
All right, you got
havoc wreaker
you got
over there.
Paul's
I'm having-
3. You got Jorge. That's the 4th.
No,
Jorge
those
was
are-
one of the 3.
Those are
Was he?
3.
I didn't hear Posada.
Private Star.
Now,
And
just a quick question. Pitcher or hitter?
Hitter.
Okay.
Eric Chavez.
Hideki Matsui.
Good answer, but no.
All right, who is it?
How is it not a pitcher?
Because it's not.
How is it not Andy Pettit?
Andy Pettit's number 5.
Come on, Kyle. Just guess somebody or let Mock answer.
Go ahead.
Paul O'Neill.
Fuck.
That's
That was my next
Yeah,
guess.
Paul O'Neill.
Yeah,
he
mine-
blows.
My next guess was Gary Sheffield.
My next guess was Paul O'Neill.
Rita
'Cause
says
honestly,
she has
Gary
one.
Also was a big
should
fan
be
of Paul
on that
O'Neill.
list. All
Big
right.
fan. He was a douchebag.
Steelers, Red Baron.
What do you? Rita says she wants to do one.
You want to do one?
She wants to
What do you wanna do?
participate.
Drink all the milkshake.
You're doing the Giants.
You
The
doing the
Giants.
Giants? All right.
Eli
You have to
Manning.
pick somebody to guess. Pick somebody to guess.
Kyle.
Okay.
How many of these players are not going to be on the Giants?
Eli Manning.
I bet you only one of them.
Odell
still plays for the
Beckham.
Giants.
Let's see. Another 2 guys that are just hanging out there.
Can't
love
go wrong.
You love David Tyree, but it's not him.
Can't go wrong with Derek Ward.
Yeah, you can. We'll go with JPP and Amani Toomer.
Do I tell him which ones he's got?
No, you just
I'm
say
just
how
saying
many
the
you got.
number. Have you not been watching or listening?
You've got 2.
All right, so Eli.
Amani Toomer belongs.
I'm gonna say Eli, Beckham, Pierre Paul, and Coughlin.
Coughlin deserves.
I love how people are always like Coughlin. Yeah, he only won you 2 Super Bowls. Jesus,
You
fuck that
also-
guy.
Can I tell you?
The fact that he didn't have a heart attack on the field is like
It's funny because I do love Tom Coughlin. He was a good coach for us.
he was a great coach.
But
He was a great coach.
if you look back, and I know it's not totally his fault. I mean, the Giants had a couple of rough years. But, like, overall, like, numbers-wise, you would never look at him and be like, wow, he was a great coach. Just the numbers aren't there. I know he was a good coach.
He was like a
but-
Bill Cowher.
Like Tomlin. They're like all in that category.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck Tom.
coaches who take risks that don't always pay off aren't considered great head
Yeah,
coaches.
no, you're
but at the end
absolutely
of the
right.
day, he won 2 Super Bowls.
Absolutely.
You got 2.
All right, so just say him. Go ahead.
Real quick.
No.
Manning, I'm going to say Beckham. Michael Strahan. And,
Again. Again.
I just didn't think that was one of hers.
And
She seems like a kind of girl who wants.
Plexico Burks.
You got 3.
Plaxico.
Is the 4th one Victor Cruz?
No.
Ma Bradshaw.
Cheeky, Manning, Strahan.
Beckham.
Cheeky, Manning, Strahan,
And Beckham.
and
Jason Sehorn.
and Jason Sehorn.
I'd like to change my Mount Rushmore.
He just thought of
What?
Jason Sehorn.
It's Shockey.
Oh,
Turn
God!
her mic off.
do one thing.
Private stock.
Yeah, that's true. You have to do some private stuff
He
for that.
sucked
I'd like her to turn her mic back on for the private stock
for
shot.
most of his career.
Nobody is
Can
allowed
you
to
please
like
take a sip
Jeremy
of the private
Shockey.
stock and
At
then
least
give
Heath
a-
Miller would
hey,
be okay.
Hey, whoa, relax.
But did Kyle drink out of this?
No.
No.
Oh my God!
Oh my God,
We
he
got
just
him a cup.
vomit
He does brush his teeth.
every day.
Actually, he's pretty good about
Bi-weekly.
No, Kyle brushes his teeth.
that. He's
every day.
good. He's good.
Taking
Or he's just
showers
eating
is a different
toothpaste.
story.
But also, the
Well,
toothbrush
I should say
is
Kyle
absent
mouthwashes
sometimes.
every day. Kyle
I
mouthwashes.
could do one for the Yankees too.
Yeah, so can I. But
Yeah, I'm
Is Kyle Farnsworth on that list?
No.
first of all, he was good for the fucking Cubs. All right,
He was good nowhere. Fuck that guy.
just because he gave 4 or
Okay,
5
Rebecca, come on, we
dingers.
gotta go. I like this Mount Rushmore thing.
Do
We're
I
doing
get
the
to
Riddler
do one for
rankings
the
next hour.
Yankees? Not right this moment,
No,
but like
just
next
take the private
time.
stock, or you're not doing shit.
I have a Cardinals.
Okay, well, it doesn't taste like Christmas.
Go ahead, Mash.
Venison.
Kyle, I'll guess him.
No, because she has
Go
to
ahead,
do.
Kyle.
She has to do. Hold on, she has to do her
All right.
gross reaction to the mic. In the mic. Say it. Okay, it's close enough.
You said
She
Cardinals?
said it tastes like Grundle.
Yes.
Okay. If it's not these 4, I get to slap you.
All right,
Is that the
Cardinals.
deal?
I have been watching Cardinals baseball since
So Paul Goldschmidt.
2011.
2011. I'm going to tell you that
I'm
you're
gonna do a
wrong
private
on
stock
your
for
Mount
that. That was a good
Rushmore.
joke.
I'm wrong. Moving
I can't
on.
make you
Go
do
ahead.
private stock.
All right.
Joke.
It should be Albert Pujols, Chris Carpenter, Adam Wainwright, and Matt Carpenter.
I was gonna throw Yanni
2 of the
in
3
there,
lead singers
but-
from the
Okay,
Carpenters.
I agree with you. Take out Matt Carpenter and put in Yachty.
I was going to say, I was like, Matt Carpenter.
Matt Carpenter's a very important player. To
I
this.
know, but Molina.
Forgot about him for a minute.
How dare you?
I already got a double in my hand.
All right.
take it.
But the other 3 I got, right?
Yes. Yeah, you got. Yeah.
About to slap him. Chris Carpenter wasn't in there.
My turn.
White Sox.
Chicago Bulls.
Oh, easy.
Derrick Rose 5 times.
Etched on the back of the mountain. All right, so since it's easy, Kyle, please go ahead.
Before he answers, did you see the thing where the coach that the Bulls just fired might go to the Timberwolves?
Yeah.
I thought that was
and
funny.
then all the players like texted each other and said we're not going to practice and filed a complaint for 2 hard practices because like they didn't get a day off for a week.
Then they lost by 50.
No, they lost by 50 before that.
Anyway, Kyle, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is very good. Derrick Rose, Kirk Heinrich, Luol Deng, and let's see who we got there.
Come on, Reed.
Levine?
No, not yet.
Of course, my Christmas present says different. Kyle jokingly decided to tell me what my Christmas present was.
I'm gonna do either or because you love Ben Wallace, but it's not him. I'm gonna go with either Tyson Chandler or
Pick one.
Tyson Chandler. I know it's not him. I got 2.
Yep.
I don't think it's Kirk Heinrich, but he is your favorite.
Does
I know you like him a lot.
Does Dwayne Wade count?
Oh, mother effer!
Go
Son
again,
of a
then.
guy.
Go again. I don't think anybody else is going to try to take a stab at it.
Well, I was going to try.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, so I'm going Kirk.
Okay.
Captain Kirk. I'm going to go with...
If you don't have Rose on it, you're wrong.
No.
Just so you know.
Derrick Rose.
Brad Miller.
Here's one for you. Carlos Boozer. And how about, let's throw...
No, but good guess.
And how about for
Langston?
fun...
No.
No. And Gasol.
Yeah, he got some good guesses out there.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's on that list.
So I got 4 right,
Would you
right?
say the first 2 were?
I said Kirk and Rose.
Oh, okay. 2.
2. Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna add Jimmy Butler to mine
Okay.
and Ben Gordon.
3.
Ben Gordon, not one of them.
Nate Robinson.
And who else?
It's not his favorite players.
Well, I mean, he
Nate
played for the...
Robinson and who?
I'd say
Oh, no, I meant with the...
he
With the 3 that he said?
Yeah.
So your 3 were...
Butler, Heinrich, and
Rose.
yeah.
2.
Um,
It's... We're not complaining
Go
the
ahead,
process
go
of
ahead, go
elimination.
ahead.
Derrick Rose, Kirk Heinrich, Ben Gordon, Joakim Noah.
Ah.
Dude, by the way, who was
Nick
absolutely
Noah,
killing it in Memphis, by the way.
Joakim Noah was an
Damn.
amazing player for the Chicago Bulls. He just sucked when he went to the Knicks.
Didn't fit well.
did you see
The Knicks were the first team to try to create the Timber Bulls, but the Knick Bulls, the Bullbockers didn't fit.
That's a good insult. You're a bullbogger.
Nah.
Did you see the game after the Bulls lost by, what was it, 53 or whatever? On Instagram, I was going through some of the comments after, and Nate Robinson was like fighting with fans. He was like, "If I was there, this wouldn't have happened." And they're like, "Shut up, you're old." It was just really funny.
All right, well, I'm gonna do a back-to-back since I'm the only one with 4.
I got one for the Penguins.
All right.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, so
Joking.
Let's go
So
ahead.
it's
You
Sidney
want to do the Penguins or you
Crosby.
want to do the Steelers?
I'll do the Steelers. I think mine is going to be different from his.
Okay.
I think so, too.
Who do you want to guess?
Not him. Kendall.
All right, I'm going to try to guess your Mount Rushmore. Okay, Troy Polamalu. I think Ben Roethlisberger. I'm going to go with Antonio Brown and Bill Cowher.
You got 2.
Really?
Bill Cowher was one of them.
Wow. Polamalu, Ben, Ward, and Bettis.
3.
It's not Bettis. Let's don't think it's Bettis.
We talked about this the other night.
All right. Ben, Polamalu, Ward, Boswell.
2.
Ooh, so it is Bettis.
We talked about this the other night, and it's going to piss me off. I'm
Matt's,
pretty
we're
sure
going to need you in that mic.
Yeah, Polamalu. Yeah,
It was
Polamalu.
it was
so
a
Polamalu,
secondary
Bettis,
player,
Ben,
if I remember.
Ike Taylor? No,
No.
it wasn't Ike Taylor. Who great secondaries for the Steelers? This is your category.
Deshae Townsend.
Wasn't a secondary player.
All right.
Harrison?
Correct.
Harrison?
There
Yeah.
it is.
James Harrison?
Yes.
No.
That guy was so good in his prime.
Yeah, I know you liked him, but I didn't know you ranked that high for you.
Well, not high for me, but for the team, he's that high.
Okay.
Because if it was like my favorite players, better bet your ass fucking Mike Wallace would have been there.
So I'd like to switch it to Kendall now for Steelers. I'd like to take a stab at it.
All right.
All right.
Go right ahead.
Palomalu, Bettis. Now this is gonna be the last one. Is going to be my shot in the dark. I think the other three are right, but I'm going for the homer mentality that Kendall has. Okay.
All right.
So it's going to be Bettis, Ben, Palomalu, and Timmons.
Timmons is a good guess, but no.
The other three are right though.
Yeah.
We're pretty much in an agreement.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't sure, but I know you really like.
I like
Timmons.
Lawrence. I
know
really
he's
was
one of your
really
favorite Steelers.
really sad to see when he went. That
Ike
bummed
me.
me out.
Ike Taylor.
No.
It's an offensive player.
It is an offensive blow.
Alan Faneca.
No.
It's Antonio
Should be.
Holmes.
Oh, it's Heinz
No.
Ward.
Hines Ward.
That's right.
It should be Alan Faneca though.
It should have been Antonio Holmes.
I like both those
Like,
guys.
if we're talking about it, we both should have picked Alan Faneca.
Right, but it's kind of like the unsung hero.
Because
just-
that guy,
But it's a combination of like team versus favorite
Right.
type
Yeah.
of thing. Like Alan Faneca was probably
the greatest lineman of our day.
but he was probably also 1% of all Steelers fans' favorite player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
like,
Yeah.
if going by team importance, he belongs in there.
But it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
All right,
One of those fangs.
do the White Sox.
White Sox.
Pick one.
We'll go Kendall on this one.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't go Mass.
Mass, you want to take the stab?
No shot
Yeah.
you would get this.
Okay. Brzezinski,
I think I got it.
Big Hurt, Chris Sale, and God, the most notable person on that squad. One I can't think of his name right now, and it's gonna kill me. The guy has a freaking statue.
Well, so a couple other ones you said, but
Do you know who he's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he retired the same year as Jeter.
Paul
did.
Konerko.
Konerko. Yes, thank you.
you got one.
Konerko.
Ooh.
Is it Konerko? Because I was going to say Sal.
No, it's definitely Paul Konerko. Mark Burley.
No, that's good. Jeff Keppinger.
No. Jose Abreu.
Jeff Cabbage.
I was looking at the stats today, actually.
You know what? Jermaine Dye.
You got one more after that, though.
I said 4.
Did you?
It should be Jermaine Dye. You love Jermaine Dye.
I love Jermaine Dye, but I love him for the wrong reasons. As one Red Baron would say, appreciation day. Do you guys give up?
One more stab at it.
All right.
Konerko, Burley. Trying to remember who I said last time, not to repeat it.
You said
I said Brzezinski.
Brzezinski, yep.
And Big Hurt, right?
Frank Thomas.
Chris Sale.
You already said Sal.
Did I say it the previous time? Oh, crap. All right. Burley, Konerko.
Joe Creedy.
Maybe. Oh, man. I thought I really had it the first time. First time around. I give up.
Can I Google this and have a shot?
No.
You're going to Google, like, Paul's way?
Paul's White Sox Mount Rushmore. Oh, first image. Souls, care to take another stab?
So we'll go with Konerko and Burley. Scott Pasednik and not gonna get it right. I'm gonna say it anyway. Joe Creedy.
Nope.
I just say it.
You got 3, though.
Scott Pasednik was on there.
Jose Contreras.
You.
I liked Jose Contreras a lot. Jose
Apparently,
Contreras-
Rita has
So,
something
but that
to
was
say.
when I really was starting to get into baseball. It was like 03, and then I kind of fell off from it. So I was really getting into it in 03, and I was really, really into it in 04, and then obviously really got into it in 05. And I mean, like Burley was great, but like I think it's fair to say, like for a Mets, someone who's been a lifelong Mets fan, is really deep into the game. Same thing with the Phillies. You love like the David Wrights, the Reyeses, you know, the Cespedeses, the Nolas, the Hoskins, the Odubel Herreras, but those kind of depth guys, like the guys that aren't everybody's favorite.
There are so many scrubs that I
The
like.
guy that can throw a fork ball.
I think I like more scrub Mets players through the years than players who've been there for a
Aren't they
multiple-
all scrub Mets players?
Now,
Whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa.
going to give someone a Mount Rushmore and then give the person who's guessing it. I would like Kyle to go ahead and guess Kendall's New York Knicks Mount Rushmore. Because this is going to be all for names, pretty much.
Carmelo Anthony,
Okay.
Chauncey Billups,
Okay.
um,
Basically, by saying Chauncey Billups, he's won.
Eddie Curry, and J.R. Smith.
What did you get right?
You got 2 right.
I got
Melo,
Billups.
Melo, Chauncey, Nate Robinson, and Langston Galloway.
Yeah, you got 2.
Dallenberg.
No way Langston Galloway is not on that list. Fuck you. Langston Galloway is on that list.
Oh,
You know why he's saying we
quick
got
thing,
2?
quick
Because
thing.
he's still trying to think of the other 2
No,
he wants
I-
to put on there.
quick thing. Mass.
Yeah.
Since you don't have a basketball team,
Okay.
we're going to do this now.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick a random. I'm going to do the random team generator.
No. We'll do it tonight when we get home. The
No.
same way we did it for...
It's different because like we're all here now, and we're all there then. So I want to do it now. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to do the same thing we did for Mock, essentially. You're going to get... Because you're not a fan of any team, and you don't have any ties to any team. You're going to randomly become assigned to a team, and that's now going to be your favorite team. And
You
when
have
we
to
do NBA
follow
talk,
them.
When we do NBA
That's
talk,
cool.
you're going to be expected to
Can
know
I
about
choose the
this team.
team and then just have
No.
them be my team?
No.
Nope.
1 through
But-
30.
Why?
Nope.
What do you want to choose?
Are we do what am I picking for basketball?
Your favorite
Yeah.
basketball team?
No, all right, so we're just going to do the random
Yeah,
generator.
1 through 30.
Because you didn't
pick
have
1
an
through
answer
30.
ready to go, just pick a number 1 through 30.
I was gonna say the Rockets, but
No,
No, that's
we're
Kendall's
saving
favorite
you. 1 through 30.
I will answer this question on one stipulation.
What?
What number are the Phoenix Suns?
Do you not want to be a Suns
I
fan?
do not want to be a Suns fan.
Okay,
That's fair.
so don't pick the number 9.
team. That's fair.
Can you get my last 2, you think? Think really hard. These ridiculous players. They only played for the Knicks maybe 1 year apiece.
So Langston Galloway
No.
and J.R. Smith.
No, think
13.
Mass, congratulations. You are now a member of the Brooklyn Nets family.
Oh, I'm opting out of this. I'm
Go
done
on.
with it.
You guys want to give him one more chance? Mock's now
Yes.
back. Mock
Yep, we'll give
Mock
him one more chance.
I will refresh it. Mock, you're back in time. Mass is picking a team.
Can I have
For-
3 choices and
for
pick
the
from
NBA.
the 3?
he's doing a very similar thing that
I
you
get
did.
3 choices and pick from the 3.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. Catch me up to speed here, gentlemen.
Oh, private
7.
stock. You left the room.
The Miami
It's
Heat.
always been a rule.
All right, that's fair.
One more
I
shot.
like to do it now.
What's the question?
We're picking Mass, a favorite NBA team.
Oh,
Very exciting
This is your
stuff.
final one. You don't get to choose. This is your final one.
No, I get to
You got
No.
to
You said
I didn't say shit.
you got to decline the first 2. This has to be your
Wait,
favorite.
what was the second one?
Just
Miami
don't
Heat.
pick number 2.
here's the thing. I didn't get to pick. It was
Well, we're-
picked for me.
Yeah, but you embrace it.
Okay?
Yes.
Who are you a fan of?
Oh, New Orleans Pelicans.
Pels.
Pels
You are not
for
allowed.
life.
Do not pick the number 2. 1 through 29.
So he's just picking a number.
Yep.
This is your NBA team. I want you to follow them.
Come
You
on,
have to
just pick a
learn them.
number.
24.
Mass, congratulations. You are a member of the Toronto Raptors family.
Hey! And same rules as Mock, although Mock didn't have nearly the same problems you did. Bandwagoning does not apply to you. Moxie was
You are
going
allowed to be
nowhere.
a Kawhi Leonard fan. You're not
The-
allowed to gloat about your fucking team.
Hold on, the one
You
rule.
can't gloat about your team. You're allowed to be a Kawhi Leonard fan, and you don't know shit about DeMar DeRozan.
I don't know what you just said.
I'm sorry if I clip.
Okay.
right.
But DeMar DeRozan.
Your favorite
fucking
player
favorite
must
him-
be Kyle Lowry because that's the only one that read them long enough.
You have to buy merchandise.
Yeah, that's
you
the
have to
rule.
like
You gotta buy a
t-shirt or
piece of
something.
merch.
And can I share a quick anecdote? Speaking of merchandise, the day that trade got released, I want you to know, the next day I was getting paid, and I was going to buy a DeMar DeRozan throwback Raptors jersey.
Ugh.
I was so fucking sad.
I wish you went with choice number 1,
What was
Sixers?
number 1?
the Nets.
Oh,
That would've
yeah,
been fun.
no.
He picked the Nets before.
So you're a member of the Toronto Raptors family. Congratulations. You are
Congratulations.
now.
sir.
So what 2 teams did you deny?
Nets and Heat.
Yeah.
Why the Heat?
Because Wade's not going to be there, so what's the point?
That's fair.
He wants to be a Hassan Whiteside fan.
He's not gonna be there either. You got Josh Richardson now.
Hey. All right.
All right, hold
Hey,
on.
and my last 2 Knicks, Baron Davis and Eddie House.
Ooh, Baron Davis we should have got. Eddie House, go fuck yourself.
Big Eddie House guy.
Ron Baker?
There's
No.
no way Langston Galloway doesn't make that list.
He deserves to be, like, if they could put one more face, Galloway. But I've been a big Eddie House fan for a
You
while.
should cover Melo's face and put Langston Galloway over there.
Screw Melo.
All right. And so Souls, I'd like you to do the Penguins, and then I got to do the Bears, and then we're done, right?
Yeah.
Rita said she had one more.
Oh, okay. So Rita, you do yours first, then.
All right, ready? Hold on.
Yankees.
You're doing her Yankees? Okay.
All right, Yankees.
Just choose your boyfriend.
Yeah, just Kendall, guess the Yankees. We're doing one and done, so we got to
Okay.
get to a break soon.
We're gonna do the Raptors after.
No.
So help me God, if DeMar DeRozan is coming out of your mouth, there will be 100% a chop of penis.
It better be Pascal Siakam.
Serge Ibaka.
All right. Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter, Paul O'Neill, and Posada.
3.
Teixeira.
No Posada, Mariano.
Mark. Ding, ding, ding.
All right,
Never mind.
Mount Rushmore, Toronto Raptors 4. Go.
All right, Kawhi Leonard, Serge Ibaka, Kyle Lowry, and Valanciunas.
Okay, sure, that sounds good.
All right.
Vince Carter and Trace McGrady should definitely be on our list.
No, because he's just newly a Raptors fan. That's like saying that Chris Paul should
Pelicans.
be
Kendall.
Anthony Davis, Holiday, Miritic, Omar Sheik.
Ish Smith.
No.
Come on.
Anthony Davis, Omar Sheik. Is it Holiday? What's his name? Yeah, Holiday and Miritic.
Yeah. My man Omar.
All right, bring us to break.
No, we still got
Oh,
Penguins.
Sid the Kid.
Well, he didn't pick someone to guess.
Mock.
These are the obvious ones. Sid the Kid, Malkin.
What's his first name?
It's some weird, like Evigny.
Ebenezer.
E-Body.
Andre Fleury. And who's the other
Some
guy
other
there?
schmuck.
Paul knows his name. I can't think of it. Ingla?
No. He would play for the Flame and the Avalanche. Never a Penguin.
They had an Ingla.
Nope. Jordan Ingle was never a Penguin.
I disagree.
How many did he get right?
3.
All right, so it's not Ingla.
Could I take a stab read?
Sure thing. Yeah, no.
Take a stab. I want to hear you try to say some of the names.
Okay, well, the problem is I don't really know any of the
So then
names.
just guess 4 names. Just
Okay.
say Sid the Kid and then make up 3 hockey
All right,
names.
okay. Sidney Crosby.
I would like to give Kyle a shot at private stock because Ingla was a Penguin.
Private
Ooh,
stock.
nice.
Was he though?
All right, I'll just guess mine then. I have 2 guesses if one's not right. Fleury, Sid the Kid, Malkin, and Letang.
No.
All right, substitute out Letang, put in Matt Murray.
No.
Letang is the guy I was thinking of.
Who's the
Came
fourth
up with
one?
Ingla.
See, you're not going to think I watched it at the time, but I did. I swear to God.
He didn't watch it at the time.
Mario Lemieux. His second go around as a Penguin.
He swears to God.
If you can tell me the years that was, I'll accept it.
97-02.
Did you just look that up?
No. The Sixers won, though.
All right, so that's bad news.
Do we have a score update?
For the Raptors?
You gotta want to know the Raptors score right now.
All right, and so I'm last. Bears. Does
Oh,
everybody want to take a stab at it?
yes.
Brian Urlacher.
Walter Payton.
He was dead by the time I was
know.
watching football.
Urlacher. Tillman.
Yep, Peanut
I need a
Tillman.
beer.
All right, so we have
I
Urlacher, we have
need
Tillman.
a beer. What kind of show is this? If
Matt
it's getting sports with,
Forte.
I need a beer.
Just fucking grab him a Coors
Should be
Light.
getting sports with I have a beer in my hand.
I can't think of that.
Matt Forte.
I'm blanking on his name. Matt
Matt Forte.
Forte. I'm blanking on the name.
What position?
The kick returner.
Oh, Devin Hester.
Yes.
All right, so you've got
That's the
Urlacher,
four.
Tillman, Forte, and Hester.
So is that your 4?
Well, that
his
was a
score.
collective 4.
So it's your 4.
Sure.
Okay.
Urlacher, Tillman.
I'm not giving the number right
Oh, why?
because I just don't want to.
Urlacher, Tillman, Hester, Briggs.
That is also
Oh.
one.
I'm gonna substitute in.
No, you can't go back.
Tell you what, Derek
no, no,
Rose
no.
might be on this list.
That was
No,
good.
I'm gonna substitute out. I'm
I
gonna
gotta stop coming home with beer covered shirts.
I'm gonna substitute out Briggs for your pick. I'm gonna put in Jared Allen.
Paul?
It's worth a shot.
I wear a jersey every Sunday, but it's mostly because it's 69. All right.
Reed. Did you?
Oh.
I had the same as Kyle.
Top 4.
Brian Urlacher,
Yep.
Charles Tillman,
Yep.
Marty Booker,
Nick Roach.
Johnny
No.
Knox.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
I just thought of one.
What is it?
Eddie Royal.
no.
He
Oh my
liked.
God, Eddie Royal.
loves
is
Eddie
very- I
Royal.
forgot
If
about
anybody would guess this, it would be Kendall. And so, don't think too long. Don't do the Kendall thing.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty
I got
good
it.
At that.
You get
I got
3
it.
guesses. You get 3 guesses, okay? If you guess it on any of the 3,
Mark Treshman.
if you guess it on any of the 3, I'll finish this.
Can I say this ahead of him?
And call Newberg.
Sam Rocco.
Okay. All right.
I don't buy that it's not Hester.
It's not. Hester was amazing. Don't get me wrong. Hester's probably like 6th. But the thing with Hester, it's just you couldn't count on him every game.
It's Jake Cutler.
Nathan Vasher.
He's 7th. I love Jay Cutler.
I know you do.
Very good guess, but number 5.
All right. I feel like it's got to be a defensive player.
It's a kicker.
Ooh.
That's what I was gonna say. Robbie Gould.
Robert Gould. Well, at the expense.
I couldn't find a jersey of his for the longest time. When I was in Chicago, I almost bought one, but it was a 6X. But it was
Oh my God! I would have had it. You could have gotten it hemmed.
The other one I
framed
was.
that.
The other
You're
one
kidding me?
I was
could've been
gonna
a-
say a defensive end.
I'll tell you, if you bought that jersey, it could be a comforter.
Defensive end was gonna be my other
Mesh
answer.
comforter.
I do
Nathan
like
Vasher's
the
5.
gold guess. So I'm gonna throw that in the ring there.
Nope. He's 9.
Then I know who it is.
No, you don't.
Hunter.
Bet you a shot of private stock. You don't know who it is. Is
Adam Podlish.
that your guess?
No.
No.
I will bet 1 shot of private stock to each of you, 5 to me. So if you get it right,
I know.
if you get it right, I do 5. If you get it wrong, you do 1. Everyone has to accept the bet.
And
All
guess,
right.
and guess
Such
what?
a weighted bet.
If it is a punter,
Kendall has to finish though.
if it is a punter, which I'm not positive it is, but the greatest punter of all time is Brad Maynard.
You know what? He is right. That is the greatest punter of all time, but it's not him.
Why not?
Is that your third answer?
So Nathan Vasher is 5.
Wait,
Nathan Vasher is 5.
I thought we were going around.
Hester is 6. Briggs is 7. Gould is 8.
Where's-
Cutler's 9.
Where's Forte?
10. I love Jay Cutler. I just did. I loved him. I'll denounce myself as a Bears fan for anybody that wants to fight me on it. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I loved Jay Cutler. When Jay Cutler was given the offensive weapons around him, we put up almost as many points as the Broncos.
Should we have offense or defense?
Defense.
Nice.
I have a guess.
Okay.
Julius Peppers.
God,
Ah. Rita also has to take a shot because I got this answer from her.
Okay. That's private stock for her.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah.
I'll wait for Kendall to go next.
Whoever wants to go next.
We determine.
It's a defensive player.
It's a defensive player. All right. It is.
I'll give you one other hint. It wouldn't have helped you.
Tell you though, it's kind of smooth at the
Yeah,
end.
it's getting on me. That's why I'm holding on to it. It is the less of the impact portion and more of the Kendall Homer mentality.
Is it Tank Johnson?
No. Good guess, though.
Hank Johnson.
Good guess. That was the perfect player to guess off of the hint I just gave.
Oh,
That would have been
Nice.
Jeff's.
Jeff would have off the bat. Jeff would have guessed that guy.
Oh, that would have been just first.
You know what? I'm surprised I remember that guy's name.
Jeff would have said Tank Johnson 3 times and Brian Urlacher.
Major Right.
No.
No.
But good guess.
It would totally be Chris Conti over Major Right.
Damn.
can I have one more hint that wouldn't have affected them?
Sure. Religion.
Oh,
First name has to do with religion.
I know it. I know it.
Jesus.
Please pick me. Please pick me.
No. But you have to wait till he guesses.
My question was going to be, was he still playing when I started
No,
watching football?
he did not play.
Yes. He started no, but when he started watching football with me, he was still playing.
Me.
For
But
the
he wasn't a
Bears?
Bear. He
I
wasn't,
know this.
He wasn't a Bear when you started watching, but he did have another 1-year stint with the Bears after you started watching. I know you know it. Put your hand down. Come on, just guess.
I'm trying to.
You're
rack
taking
my-
the shot at
I'm
private
tr-
stock.
I'm trying to rack my brain
Where's
around
the
it.
private stock? Bring it over here.
I'll take the shot. But
I know you
So
don't
it's
know it.
Jesus something.
Nope. I know it.
Clipboard Jesus. No.
Kendall is going to want the private stock after you say this.
I know this.
Kyle,
You know
who
what's
is it,
funny?
Kyle?
once you said religion, it's coming back to me
Come
now.
on, Kyle.
And it makes sense because you've heard me talk a lot about this
Yes,
person.
I know.
His name is Jason Worlds.
Who?
He played for the Bears for 1 year.
No.
Hold on. I'm going to give you this real quick.
I wanted him to. He retired.
But I thought he did.
Nah, Kyle, he retired as a Steeler.
But you loved him now.
I did. I wanted him to be a Bear in free agency, but then he retired. You can go ahead and finish that.
But
that
religion,
was
though,
just a
makes a
terrible
lot
one.
of sense.
Kendall, are you more confident in yours now that
hold on.
Jason Worlds has been taken?
Yeah, that wasn't even on. I know who it is.
But
Guys,
question-
give us a
I got
break.
Israel Adonijah.
Bingo.
God damn it!
But question. If he did play for the Bears, would he be number 5?
No!
Are you sure?
Really? Israel
No,
Adonijah is up there for you that high?
Israel Adonijah was always my third favorite defensive player for the Bears in history.
You know, it's funny when you first said religion, I was like, Muhsin Muhammad.
Longest reception touchdown Super Bowl.
What
history.
other team did he play for?
Panthers.
Oh, you good.
All right.
Did you take this?
Time for break?
No, you didn't.
No,
I
let's
did. I
just
took
go.
it before
Fuck
I
it.
even
We're
got-
having a good time.
We don't have to go to break.
Yeah,
I'm
no
cool.
break. Screw it. Let's go.
You guys want to go to break?
No.
I know Kendall has to urine.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Mark, do you have a mix and match mashup?
I do.
All right, let's
crap.
do it.
You guys are losing by a lot to the non-starting Celtics.
All right.
Just so you guys know, by the way, in January, I don't know what the plan is for recording on New Year's Eve or not. We don't know what's going on. Probably not, though. So we're going to figure out what's going on because we got to figure that out soon, what we're doing for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
I think it's because even Peter, they're taking a break, so I think it's just going to be music playing.
We could try to pre-record a show on a Sunday before or something like that.
I work. Anyway, we'll figure it out what's going on or whatever. But the New Year's Eve show would be the first show right after
What? 2 more.
the football season ends, right?
You got
Okay. So that show will have a recording or something. We're gonna have to figure some way to get something aired. We're gonna record something before the wild card weekend for playoffs, and we're gonna put it up on Facebook or whatever we got to do. We'll figure it out. You know that's pending. We'll let you guys know. But we are going to do a 3-hour show, no breaks, nonstop. It's gonna be all football that whole show.
What show is this?
This is gonna be the show right after the season ends. So the season ends right before New Year's Day, but we're not recording on New Year's Eve. So we're gonna do something, post it on Facebook. We're gonna, whether it's in Kendall's basement, back to the good old days, whether we, do a B&E at Maple,
Think we can get. I was gonna say, think we can get into Maple.
whether it's a B&E at Maple, whatever. We'll figure it out.
GDH.
GDH something. We're gonna
Can
figure
do it in
something out.
my
We're gonna
basement,
record a long show. Oh yeah, we could do it in Mass's basement. Mass's basement is just like Kendall's basement, except Rebecca's not invited. So
Well, no, she has to drive us.
nah,
Or
she doesn't have to drive us.
We can go back to the Woodwork Studio.
That was already said.
Woodwork
Stick perfect.
Studio.
So anyway, we're gonna do something because that
Yeah.
show is gonna be.
I actually like this.
It's gonna be season recap. It's gonna be
Grades.
Well, season/game recap with grades. Our season award winners. We're going to be doing a 2-person per team touchdowns trivia game and wild card predictions / Super Bowl predictions.
Let's hope we remember this.
Oh, we're gonna remember it. I told Kendall, so we're good.
Can we do a live stream of the draft?
Me and you're gonna go head to head on the draft, my friend,
Yeah,
It's fine. I'll
You
play
did
that.
last year.
and you
I
lost.
didn't go head to head.
Well,
Before the draft, we
No,
did.
they're both gonna make it a complete first round mock draft, and whoever gets the most
You'll
wrong.
I usually get
Get
a lot of
shot.
them wrong. First of all, like to go
Yeah.
on off, like to go off topic, whatever.
Oh yeah, whoever gets the most wrong gets shot, and whoever gets the most right has to shoot the guy.
Because the NBA draft is fucking impossible. Because they pick guys from fucking Gonzaga who don't exist.
All right, so here's the thing. If either of us does worse than Mike Mayock,
I just want you to know, Kyle
One of
keeps
us
drinking
has
the
to kill the
private
private
stock.
stock.
We're gonna do another Taco Bell and McDonald's. We're gonna talk about and McDonald's.
First of all,
Wow,
I
you guys
agree.
bang.
yeah.
Big Shaq's
All
pretty
right.
good, though.
are we getting into?
Big shot's pretty
Yeah,
good.
Mark.
Mayock
Hey,
is-
whoa! We're getting a little chaotic here.
Pay
We don't-
attention
We don't
here.
go to a break and everyone starts losing their fucking
Get
minds.
a little rowdy, gentlemen.
You guys got a fucking bunch
Okay.
of draft hard-ons.
Side conversations.
The draft is like 75 months away. Relax.
3,
It's not 3 months.
it's not 3 months.
4,
No, keep going.
5.
April.
December, so it's 4.
All right. So
You said 3.
It actually might be in May this year.
Hey, whoa! Mox, mix,
I'm
match,
sorry.
mashup, mock, take it away, sheen washable, whirlpool.
here's what we did. Or here's what I did. I have 3 quarterbacks. I'm going to tell you their yards, touchdowns, and interceptions for this season. I want you guys to try and guess each guy like we normally. But tell me who you think is having the best season.
How
Just
up
off
to
these
date are
numbers.
So
these
who's having the
stats?
best season? Okay.
How up to date are these stats? Did
As
this
of
Sunday?
today.
As of today.
Okay.
All right, let me make sure I have the right order here. Option A. This quarterback has 3,463 yards, 31 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Option B has 3,759 yards, 34 touchdowns with 13 interceptions. Option C has 3,700 yards even, 23 touchdowns, 8 picks.
C is Jared Goff. No, wait, no, hold on. How many yards did he throw?
3,700
That's
even.
not Goff.
Does anyone care to guess who option A is?
Lock.
Option A
No,
had
how many touchdowns was it?
Pull it back up here. For option A, it was 31.
and how many picks?
4.
Phillip Rivers.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
Mahomes.
Option
Mahomes
2.
already has 40 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's at like 44.
Plus
Option
he threw
2.
4 picks against the Rams alone.
Does anyone have a guess for option 2?
Option 2 is Ben.
Can I hear the stats again for option 2?
Option 2, we have 3,759 yards, 34 touchdowns to 13 picks.
Ooh, not Ben.
That one's Andrew Luck.
I think it's Andrew Luck as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, option C. I'll say it again. Oh, we're reloading. With 3,700 yards even, 23 touchdowns to 8 interceptions.
That one's Phillip Rivers.
This one stumps me.
I'd like to change mine. Option 3 is Phillip Rivers. Option 1 is Cam Newton.
This guy is. How many interceptions?
8.
8.
God, I don't know.
I'm taking option 1 as the person I'd want to be or have on my team, or is it who's having the best season?
Who would you want, I guess?
I would want option 1 because even though, depending on who it is, obviously it's going to be a little bit, it's probably surprising type of deal. But on paper, if those are the stats you give, whoever's giving the ball away the least is most likely to be winning.
C is
games.
Russell Wilson.
I said Phillip Rivers.
C is Matt Ryan.
Who did you want?
I want A.
A? You said A?
Yeah.
B.
On paper, I want the least amount of turnovers.
Option A is Drew Brees.
He's only thrown 4 picks.
Option B was Andrew Luck. Option C was Tom Brady.
Damn.
Oh, by
That's
the way.
what I said.
What was the
Mock.
touchdowns for 3?
For 3, I think it was 27 and
34,
8.
13.
37.
I'm sorry. Tom Brady has 23 touchdowns to 8 picks.
I would like to first go on and say I apologize. You are out of the playoff, my friend.
Am I?
Kirk Cousins had 27 yards passing at the half.
Hey, he's going to have a really explosive second half.
500
Yeah,
yards.
almost as much as the explosive diarrhea Connor.
So what sucks there is that Thielen only has a maximum of 27 passing.
That's not
yards.
even close because Diggs leads the team with 26.
I said maximum, you dick.
Diggs leads the team with 26.
Yeah,
Who has one?
Thielen.
What was the question?
He has 27 passing yards, so who has the one
Who has the
extra
one?
yard?
Is it Kyle Rudolph?
No.
Is it the backup tight end?
Diggs has 26 yards.
Who has the
Who
other
has
yard,
one?
Kyle?
You said he has 20. You said Cousins has 27 yards passing.
Unless he threw to himself.
I would
So Diggs has 26 yards receiving. Who has the one?
roll for 5.
Wait,
So
what?
26
The
and
math
5
isn't adding up
Yeah,
here,
Cook
Kyle.
has negative 4.
Kyle Rudolph
Oh, okay.
has 5 yards.
I'm on my way.
1.5, baby. But hold on. How's Lockett
doing?
doing?
3 for
99 and 2 touchdowns.
3 for 26. 3 for 23.
All right.
It's 5 points.
Kendall,
All
you're
right.
gonna have 1 win this year.
Yeah. Let's have a big second half.
Here comes Cousins.
Yeah, and that makes sense because he threw Screen pass to Cook for -4 yards. So there's the map.
Mass, we got to keep you near that mic.
Ooh, that's
You know,
still
I
0.6.
just realized we got to tilt that down for you. Use the
No, don't touch the mic. Don't touch the mic. You fucking...
see. There's a little whatchamacallit here.
I got it.
You're too high. It's right up here.
It's a little.
Anyone else think it got about 95 degrees
Oh,
hotter?
it's toasty in here. We got to open up a Quiznos in here. Toasty.
So that was this week's Mock Smitch Mashups.
Hey, do we have our Twitter poll?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
I'm so
I
sorry.
had one if you guys want to go with it, but if not, mock. You can go with
Well,
For what? The
let's
Twitter
do it.
poll? Well, I could put it up after the show.
it. All right. So, would you, for fantasy football reasoning, would you rather be in last place,
You know what, Kyle? I'm not putting this up. Fuck you.
or would you rather
Suck it.
be in contention the entire year than fall out at the end of the
I'd
year?
rather be in last place. However, I was in ninth for 1 week.
So,
How many places are there? 10?
real quick,
Yeah.
10.
I need, before we get into the other stuff, because we're not taking the break, so we have some time to kill.
We might go to a 12-man league next year.
No, I don't want to do that.
No.
I like our
I vote
squad.
against.
Yeah.
That's fine. You'll probably back out anyways.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, don't invite Vito and don't invite Vinny. Sorry, Vinny.
That's fine. 'Cause I got two other guys, him
Who?
and Dave Smart.
Nope.
No, Dave Smart.
I would like Mass in it, though.
Well, Dave Smart is actually like. into it.
Although the last time Mass was in it,
He
everybody
bailed
was
on, like,
making
week
funny.
3.
No, he picked out like Tony Romo in like the 4th round, and everybody laughed at him.
And he had a lot of Rams when they were bad then.
Remember, who did I
Actually,
force
that
a
was the
trade
year
with
you won,
for Zach
Kendall.
Stacy?
That was the year I won. And I like to reprise my role
I forced
as the guy
a trade
worst
for Zach
this year.
Stacy. I think was it? No, it was from
me.
Jeff.
No, it was me.
Was it?
But
Yeah, because I picked up Zach Stacy off the waivers, beat Kendall, and then traded him to you.
That's right.
This,
My two
this
losses,
past week's
Paul and
Twitter
Jeff.
poll, because we're still on the heels of the Kareem Hunt thing.
I destroyed you.
It was close.
We're still on the heels of the Kareem Hunt thing. So the question I asked was,
Is domestic violence acceptable?
where does Kareem Hunt play next year? I believe he plays, but here's what we posted. I said Oakland Raiders, Washington Redskins, the Dallas Cowboys, doesn't play again.
Well, definitely not the Cowboys.
I put the Cowboys in because as soon as he got cut, Jerry Jones was like, we're going to follow this pretty close.
I think he plays again, but I don't think he played for those two teams.
Well, I listed 3 teams.
New York Jets.
By the Cowboys, I said no.
Okay.
The other two teams. I think he's signed, just not with those three.
Do you have a...
The Indianapolis Colts.
Ew.
I don't think so.
I think he plays for the Prisoners in the Prison versus Guards Longest Yard Fight remake.
Who's the main character in that one?
Well, Adam Sandler has to play Burt Reynolds.
So who's like an up-and-coming comedian? Ooh, how about we
John
flip the
Mulaney.
script? Hannibal Buress?
Jim
plays-
Gaffigan.
Gaffigan.
And then Hannibal Buress is Chris Rock.
So the results of the poll here.
Big guy's Louis C.K.
13% said the Redskins, 20% said the Cowboys, 27% doesn't play again, and the winner at 40% was the Oakland Raiders, which that's my guess also. I think Gruden's going to jump at he's going to be dirt cheap, and they'll bring
No,
him in.
there's not exactly a place with them. I voted Cowboys because, the second chance deal. It's Oakland, Dallas, second chance club.
But that doesn't make sense.
No, Kyle,
Kareem Hunt will start in New England next year.
I'm saying, of course, they have a running back in place, but the second chance club is 2 places. Dallas, Oakland.
Or the Eagles.
That's kind of like the third, hey, don't strike out this time.
I think the Eagles like what they have with Josh Adams. The Colts, I don't see the Colts bringing him in just for the PR. Plus, I think Bell goes to the Colts.
Over the Jets?
Yeah. I mean, Bell we've seen has wanted the money, but I think he'll still get enough money and
Can
then go
you
to the
imagine-
Colts, which is
I'm sorry,
in a
can-
light years better situation.
Can you imagine if he just signed with the Steelers?
After all
After
that.
all
So
of this,
anticlimactic. I hope they franchise tag him again.
they can't. It's only a transition tag. this year,
Anyway,
isn't it?
Oh, they can, but it'd be for like $30 million.
Let's not talk about this. I would like to get into a little bit of the, winter meeting. It just started. Nothing has happened yet.
Oh.
Yeah,
So let's talk about it.
but a lot of rumors
Well-
are going around.
Well, here's the thing. Nothing happened in the way of signing, but we saw before the show Yankees are out on Harper. Machado's going to not sign at the winter meetings.
Machado wants to visit every team in their stadium, which I understand because you want to see what's going I know the Phillies are interested. I know the Yankees are interested. One other team is very interested. I forgot who.
Mystery team.
No, I saw something too, and I forgot.
But I think it's down to the Yankees and Phillies.
I
The only way I think that the Phillies make sense if he's willing to go to third because of the trade for Gene Segura.
Right.
If he goes to the Phillies and he's willing to play third, I'm loving it.
You know what's funny, real quick? Just I love the look at my balls move and Machado. I'm gonna visit every single place to make.
Well, a lot of free agents do that. They visit.
Well,
and
But every single team is kind of like, hey, let's look at the contenders. Look at the places I get money.
who's gonna schmooze me the most?
Right.
Billy Hamilton signed with the Royals. Not a jump out you move, but it's a move where
Good depth move.
he can prove himself to get that deal for next year. It was only a 1 year deal.
1 year. Do you know 1 year what off the top of your head?
It wasn't much. It was like five mil.
But I do think we'll see like Keuchel go at the winter meetings.
Well, real quick, presumably too, he's gonna start, right?
He's gonna start. Keuchel had 3 teams looking at him: Braves, Reds, and the Phillies.
Please go to the Reds.
The Reds only make sense because they're
The
looking
jerseys, honestly.
Arizona.
they're looking for an
Try to-
ace, but they don't have enough to trade away. They don't want to trade away their guys. The Braves and Phillies are battling for free agents.
I think someone's going to overpay for Keuchel. I think
Yeah.
he's going to get paid a lot of money, but he's not going to be the number one guy that he was a couple years ago.
Because that's the same thing with Patrick Corbin, in my opinion. Because the Phillies, I heard a thing the other day. Why would the Phillies pay Corbin $150 million to be the number 2?
Because it's baseball.
I get that, but
I mean,
he's
Salary
not better
cap
than
doesn't
Nola.
matter,
that's just to
luxury
answer the.
tax
I
is
mean,
a
it's.
joke.
I see what you're saying, but it's. I mean that.
He's not better than Nola. So if the Phillies were to do that, they'll be like, hey, you know what? Nola, fuck you.
They should say that.
And then Nola would deserve $170 million. He's the team number
Well,
1.
that's the thing. I mean, Corbin kind of just screwed up the whole pitching market.
One,
I
he's
mean-
not worth it because he gets hurt too much. In my opinion.
You know, Kyle, this isn't the tune you were singing a couple weeks ago when he was still a possible Philly.
No, I always said this. You could ask Paul, for instance. He gets hurt too much. He's not worth the $150 million that they're giving him. He's had one good year. He's not worth that much money.
Paul, can you
asking
chime in
this-
on that?
Are you asking this based off of my opinion of him or what I've heard you say about him?
What have I heard I said?
Oh yeah, that stacks up then. My opinion. Don't have it. But I've heard Kyle say a lot of negative things.
He's not that good. Like, he really is.
To me, this is a deal that's going to set the
If
Nationals
you ask
back.
Bob Souls' opinion, the Phillies are going to talk about signing a lot of people and then do nothing. And anybody they do sign is going to play out of position.
I think this is a deal that's going to set the Nationals back. I mean, they're going to lose their best offensive piece in Harper. Harper's not coming back. You know, they have a decent rotation at the top with Scherzer but
Strasburg never healthy.
yeah, this is a deal that I think is going to bite the Nationals moving forward, where they should be thinking more not rebuild, but trying to acquire pieces.
Offensive
Yeah.
pieces.
That's just
Not
impressive.
bad.
You know how bad
Um,
Kyle wants to do that.
Do I get a ranking? I haven't
Yeah,
gotten
but
a
stuff will
ranking
come
yet.
out. Bleh.
Hold on. Bryce Harper.
7-7.
Yankee just said that they're out of the Bryce
Whatever,
Harper.
whatever
trade.
the rules.
Even that, I don't know how much I buy that.
There are 2 teams that I think that Bryce Harper will go to. And I laughed at him when he said it. The Dodgers are in on him, and the Phillies are in on him. I really hope that he does and does not go to the Phillies.
Kyle, the only reason you don't want him on the Phillies is because you're going to be the biggest dick rider of Harper, and
Well-
you don't want us to make fun of you for it.
This is what I've heard about Harper makes a lot of sense to the Phillies. He brings character, which they lack of. He brings leadership, which they lack of.
Over under, real quick, it may be hard for Mass to answer. Over under, how many days before Kyle has a Harper jersey if he signs with the Phillies?
Never.
7.
Oh, no
Never
way.
unless bought for him.
No way.
7.
No.
I don't think even if it's just to stick it to us, Kyle will never
I'm
purchase
not-
his own Harper apparel. but
My opinion, I'm
So-
more of a pitcher favorite.
So here's my guess. If Harper were to sign, my honest guess is, 100% he's going to sign. 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 100 that it would be March. March, somebody would get him a Harper piece of merchandise for his birthday.
Well, his birthday.
Yeah, but he wouldn't buy it himself. Even if it was just to stick it to us,
I think he
would
buy
not
it.
purchase a Harper.
I think he would buy it, but not tell us.
No, like to be honest with you, I think I would buy a Keuchel jersey more than I would a Harper jersey.
He'll buy it
A
within 7
Keuchel
days. He'll
Anywhere
have it in the
jersey?
league.
No, like if you went to the Phillies.
Oh, okay, but that's just naming a player that's
No.
my.
I'm saying I would buy pitching before position players.
I think the only way he buys a Harper jersey is if they go into the playoffs and make a deep run.
Just think back how high he was on Herrera. This guy's had so many
First of
doubles.
all, Herrera would still be there.
I understand that, but the guy led the league in doubles for a few months, and you were
Well,
ready
he's still
to
high on
enshrine
Herrera.
him.
He just hates his inconsistency at the plate.
Yeah.
Because he'll bat 3 weeks at like 397 with 16 doubles, 2 home runs, 5 stolen bases, and 10 runs scored with 9 RBIs. And then he'll do 3 weeks of batting 127 with only singles / reached on errors.
You know what'd be funny?
Is that about right, Kyle?
Yeah.
If they sign Harper to have him play first.
They were gonna-
It won't happen, but that'd be hilarious. Just throw a wrench right in their whole
they
plan.
traded Santana for the reason of Hoskins going back to first.
So they sign Harper.
First of all, I want to go off and say Matt Quintek did a fantastic job with that trade. He got 2 relievers and a starting shortstop for Carlos Santana and a guy that hasn't proven himself yet.
Who?
J.P. Crawford.
You still have a Ruiz jersey or shirtsy?
I never had one.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
My bad. Sorry.
Right.
I would, though.
I know
we
you
done
would.
with our meetings for now.
One more thing. The Dodgers are intensifying their talk with the Indian for Corey Kluber.
Well, and the Astros are also talking to the White Sox for Abreu.
Yeah.
Mets interested in AJ Pollock?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Bring him in.
Scooter Jeanette might come to the Yankees.
All right, so Riddler's rankings this week is themed off of the Thursday night performance
Your Bears Mount Rushmore.
+1. No, it's the themed off of the Thursday night performance by Derrick Henry. We saw Derrick Henry put up. Can somebody pull up what his actual rushing total was?
I think it was was it 2?
I think it was
242 and 4 touchdowns.
Was it 242?
I'm not sure.
It was in 17 attempts. It was 248
Yeah, I thought it was 248.
and 4 touchdowns.
After there's a picture that I want to talk to you guys about. I don't want to forget about it.
So we'll just say, we might be wrong, and if we are, we'll private stock it. Someone shouts us out or whatever. We'll say it's 17 attempts for 248 and 4 touchdowns. Okay. So where does that rank in all-time rushing performances since 2000? And I say since 2000 because that's right around when all of us were about old enough to start watching football and appreciating it and understanding it.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
Are you meaning in terms of just the stats or like
How
what
dominant it felt.
like what it meant
Rushing
game wise?
performances.
But that's
That
what I mean.
doesn't-
So
yeah.
like
Rushing performances encompasses all of it.
So it's kind of like,
If somebody rushed for 150 yards and no touchdowns, but the 150 yards consistently got them in the red zone to set up like red zone touchdowns. Like say they rushed for 150 yards on 9 attempts, and all of those rushes were to get them into the red zone, and they'll set up game-winning, or like touchdown drives. Versus somebody who rushed for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns and a blowout win, the 150 yards would be more meaningful.
I guess my question is like the Marshawn Lynch game against the Saints in the playoffs. Like I know he
It's
didn't
regular
have
season only.
Okay.
Regular season only. Playoffs don't count. So,
Riddlers now. That's rank.
So, what I would like to preface this with is yes. In my opinion, it does crack the top 5. At number 5. The honorable mention, and it's because it wasn't a one-person performance, was the Titans-Jaguars game where Maurice Jones-Drew and Chris Johnson both rushed for over 200 yards in the same game. Also a notable mention, I don't remember the year, but there was a time where in 1 week, there were 4 running backs that rushed for over 200 yards in a single week. It was Deuce McAllister, Riddler. Ray Bear and I were talking about it. It was Deuce McAllister,
Corey Dillon,
Corey
the
Dillon.
Bengals.
Yep.
It was, oh my God, we were
Was it
just
LT?
no, I don't think it was LT.
Oh, Warwick Dunn.
Work done for the Falcons. And one more.
Curtis Martin?
It might have been Curtis Martin for the Jets.
I don't remember who the other one was, but the think about that. Even
4 in
that was
1
in a
week.
rushing time. But 200 yards from 4 players in 4 different games. So the honorable mention, though, is Chris Johnson, Maurice Jones-Drew. 1 game, 2 200-yard rushers. But it doesn't crack it because it wasn't one amazing performance. So, number 5 is Derrick Henry's. I give it to Derrick Henry because, and the reason I give it to it is because it keeps their wild card hopes alive, slim but alive, and the main factor was 4 touchdowns, all rushing, on 17 attempts. The guy broke 200 yards in 17 attempts, and 4 of those runs were touchdowns, including a 99-yarder. And when you really break it down, a 99-yard rushing touchdown on his day was about 40% of his yards.
And he should have had a 5th.
Yeah.
He should have had a 5th touchdown.
But the thing was, like, he rushed for a 99-yard touchdown, but when you really break it down, that one touchdown run was only 40% of his rushing yards.
How many times have you seen a 17 for 111? It's like...
Well, look at Adrian Peterson 2 weeks ago. He ripped off a 90-yard touchdown run and then finished the day with 98 yards.
Yeah.
You guys off the top, what's the single game rushing touchdown record?
Rushing touchdown?
How many have
5.
there been in a day?
I think it's 5.
Physical
has to
rushing
have it, doesn't
touchdown? Yeah, I think it's...
I'm not sure off the top of my
I
head.
think it's 5 rushing touchdowns.
That's got to be
5
LT.
rushing touchdowns, 6 receiving touchdowns, and I think it's 6 total touchdowns.
I think. Well, it's interesting because there was a time where Sean Alexander had 5 in one half.
5 had... Yeah, Sean Alexander had 5 rushing touchdowns in a half.
Did you
So-
half?
Oh my god.
So he kind of kiddled it. I'm sorry, Paul. Go ahead. Number 4.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So, number 4 for me is... Now, this one might get a little bit of flack, but because of what it meant at the time. But number 4 for me is the early season game, too, which doesn't always happen, but early season, September 2003. Baltimore Ravens Jamal Lewis rushed for, at that time, the rushing record of 295 yards, 2 touchdowns on 30 carries. Which, the reason that outranks is simply because it broke a rushing record.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry didn't break a rushing record. It didn't, and what I'll get into for number 3, it doesn't have the same meaning as what number 3 is going to mean. So, Derrick Henry, for me, it finishes, because the thing is Derrick Henry's probably would have climbed more if he rushed for 4 touchdowns and all those yards in a game that was neck and neck the whole time. But really, after, 1 touchdown was all it took.
Yeah. And honestly,
the 1 touchdown was enough to win the game.
That was a weird game to get the weird safety on the return. It's just an odd game.
So, number 3 for me is December 30th of 2006. 23 carries for 234 yards and 3 touchdowns for Tiki Barber, the New York Giants.
Was that against the Redskins?
That was against the Redskins. Yes, good job, Chris.
Thanks.
But the real reason that he gets that, again, we talk about the kind of thing, that's what gave the Giants a playoff berth.
Yes.
That game gave the Giants a playoff berth. So not only did he rush for an insane amount of yards, not record breaking, but an outstanding milestone to break the 200-yard mark on a minimal amount of touches, scored 3 times, but he did it in a fashion that put the Giants into postseason.
That was his last year, too, if I remember.
We'd have to double check that, but it's definitely around the end of his. Because he retired the year before they went to the Super Bowl, so I think that might be right. It was 2007, right? The Giants went.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Number 2 is October 22nd of 2000 in a 31-21 win against the Broncos. Corey Dillon rushing for 278 yards. I know that this is ranked higher than the previous Jamal Lewis record breaker, but this was Corey Dillon. So Jamal Lewis broke the record 3 years after Corey Dillon broke it, but Corey Dillon broke a record held by Walter Payton. Mm-hmm. So it was a record that stood for a while,
standing,
and it was a record held by arguably the greatest running back of all time. None of the running backs on this list are going to be revered as the greatest running back of all time. I think that's fair to say. There's one that might be the last one, but Corey Dillon rushed for 278 yards, and more importantly, in October 22nd, you got to figure that's probably week 6 to 7. That was the Bengals' first one of the season that year.
Really?
Yeah. So that was like a real catapult into pushing the Bengals out of the slump they were in and getting them a win.
Marvin Lewis's terrible team.
And then number one,
I really want this to be
2000
Peyton
era,
Willis.
is November 4th, 2007 against the San Diego Chargers. Adrian Peterson breaking Jamal Lewis's record and the current NFL rushing record, 296 yards in a game. It's really hard to argue against that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
It's hard to argue against it. And the really impressive thing about it was that on a day where Adrian Peterson, who at that point people understood what Adrian Peterson was, and Adrian Peterson will go down as one of the greatest running backs to play football, but he rushed for 296 yards on a day where one of the also greatest running backs to ever play football, LaDainian Tomlinson, only rushed for 40.
Yeah.
You know?
Was he a Jet then?
No, it was against the Chargers.
I'm
You
sorry,
know,
I wasn't listening.
and chances
I
are,
was trying to figure out a stat.
I think that stat will probably stand greater than a chance of a multi-touchdown rushing game would.
Well, Derrick Henry's game, I was looking at the list, put him in the top 20 of rushing yards in one
I
single
mean,
game.
you know, next week we could see a guy rush for 47 yards and 5 touchdowns. It could happen. It's just I think that's more likely to happen than a 300-yard rushing day.
The
And the
record,
thing too is that was Adrian Peterson's rookie year. That's another thing to add into it. Adrian Peterson, at that point, I think that when that happened was November 4th, so that's week 9, we'll call it.
Mhm. In the realm of
Week 9, he rushed for 296 yards and broke 1,000 yards at week 9. But then didn't rush for 100 yards again for the next 5 games and had his injury cut short due to season cut short due to injury. But he was on pace to completely obliterate Eric Dickerson's 1,800-yard rookie record. Didn't, but
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. A rookie in a team playing against a team that was always a contender to break the record. That for me, that's number 1.
the
All time, if we want to break it down all time, I don't think Henry makes it because you just got to look at Emmitt Smith in '94 rushed for 168 yards and I think 3 touchdowns against the Giants, and they were the number 1 defense in the league that year by a long shot, especially against the run. The number 1 all time for me would probably be 1978. 77, somewhere in that time, Walter Payton rushed. That was when he set the record at 275 yards against the Vikings, and he did it while he had the flu.
Yeah.
You know, that's just,
Pretty
Chicago
remarkable.
loves flu games.
Yeah.
So that's Riddler's rankings. Riddler's, now that's...
Rank. I liked it. That's a good
Yeah.
list for me.
Souls, you're hammered.
We don't know that.
We do.
Souls.
'Cause you're
Private
looking
stock?
more Asian than normal.
Souls knows what's good. He knows it. Opa!
Opa. Mark, here, for it.
It's that original
All
Opa.
right, so real quick, I would like to do one more thing before we get to Red Baron appreciation and shout-outs and all that stuff. Because Mass piqued my interest in it. So, real quick... All right, everyone give me just one of your favorite teams. Real quick, go. Souls.
Phillies.
Giants.
It doesn't matter if we switch sports up or not. So,
Giants.
Nets.
I want to go Bears.
Rams.
Okay. Give me your not Mount Rushmore. So your 4 least favorite players had to have played significant time there, more than a season or 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Had to have been. It can't be somebody who played a year there was a bum and left.
So I can't say Wes Welker.
Correct. You cannot say Wes Welker. All right. So Phillies.
He was a Ram.
Yeah.
He was ran for his last season.
So Kyle, I'd like to. I think you can go first. I think you can pretty much think of 4 Phillies you really just dislike.
All right.
We're not doing the guessing game.
Too obscure.
David Bell,
No, it's a good name.
Kyle Kendrick, Wes Helms,
That's kind of the most hated player of all time.
and
Sorry, Gregory Holmes?
There's a hurricane coming.
All right. We're on the radio.
I know, bro. Fuck off.
He does hate Wes Holmes, though. I've heard him mention
Oh,
that many
yeah.
times.
That's
And
a
not
good,
the basketball player.
Actually, Jose Mesa, because he was overrated as fuck.
Who do you have? Who'd you pick?
The Giants.
Okay.
Corey Webster.
Tiki Barber.
See, that's the thing. I didn't hate Tiki while he was playing. I hated him after he retired.
Corey Webster was pretty good though until he got signed.
Corey Webster was horrible. He was always burned.
Until he got signed.
Ugh. I had the other name in my head. Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
He was always the intended receiver. Always.
Not the Steve Smith.
No, not no. He
I didn't
wasn't
know
a
if you ever
Giant.
played for the
Other
Giants.
Steve Smith.
The other
He's in the same flag football team as Mike Vick.
There you go. Oh man, he was only. I just can't say him. I can't say Geno Smith. See, this is hard. Oh, Jeremy Shockey.
Radio time.
Didn't care for him. And Eric Flowers.
Killing it in Jacksonville.
What?
That
They're
side of
playing
the
pretty
field.
well in
sacked
Jacksonville.
once.
Jason Bay.
Fournette hasn't done shit.
Yeah, check.
Jason Bay. Kaz Matsui.
Two good choices.
Excellent choices.
You love Jason Bay.
John
No, Jeff left Jason Bay.
John Maine.
Tom Glad.
Souls, you have a recommendation?
Yeah. First of all, fuck you, because John Maine was fucking fantastic until the time of John twice in a row.
He was always
I
like
like how Kyle says "fuck you" to your own list.
In Colorado, John Maine.
Yeah, all right, so Mets John Maine was a number 3 at best.
He was
And-
number 1 for the longest time.
Yeah, number 1 with how many wins?
12.
Yes, thank
You
you.
talk about wins? Jacob DeGrom had 9 and he had a 1.71. Get at me, bro.
The situation is different. John Maine was not putting up the strikeout numbers that DeGrom was.
He's had an under 3 ERA.
John Maine?
Yeah. Look it up.
John Maine?
Look it up.
All right, so he danced along the
I'll
realm.
take 15 shots
He danced.
if I'm wrong.
He danced along the
Hold
realm
on,
of we'll
hold
call
on.
him-
This has piqued my interest. What's the question?
John Maine is like
In his prime.
we'll call John Maine a 3.2 ERA guy. See, now you ruined my list.
John Maine and
freaking Omir Santos.
I agree with that one.
all right. I'm gonna switch mine to the Bulls.
Wait, Kyle, that's my beer. Can I have it?
You want it?
Kyle,
Yeah.
where did you say John Maine played?
He was a Met and he was a Rock.
I don't know if I'm looking at the right guy, but if I am, he was not a Rocky.
He was a Rocky. So you're wrong. You're looking at the wrong guy.
You said that. What's his face was it a Penguin earlier?
Who?
I don't remember the
Yeah,
name.
but Kyle doesn't know hockey. Kyle knows baseball.
John Maine was a Rocky.
All right. I'm gonna switch up mine to the Bulls.
Don't.
Well, hold on, Kyle. I want you to be a part of this.
Just look.
Oh, Kyle, I want you to be a part. All right, so you go Rams first, Mess.
I want you to guess my top 5 haters.
No, we're not doing that.
All right. Number 1.
Cortland Finnegan.
Okay. Number 2.
That receiver. What was his name? What was the receiver's name? Rams receiver in the Sam Bradford era. What was his name?
Amendola?
No, he doesn't like Amendola either, though.
Amendola's grown on me, but
It was worse than Amendola. What was his name?
He
He was the number 2 when Amendola was there with Bradford.
What team?
Rams.
In like the late 2000s there?
No, yeah. Like when Sam Bradford.
2010s.
What was his name?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't think I know it.
Give me a hint. You know I know it because you burned the car with a lighter in the dorm room.
Brandon?
Huh?
Brandon? Or Brian?
Brian Quick.
There you go.
Brian Quick.
Brian Quick.
Is that
I
the guy that
forgot
got
him.
shot in the face?
No, that was Stedman Bailey.
Okay, about to say you're real fucked up, bro.
No, I love Stedman
He
Bailey.
did. He hated Brian Quick.
I hate
Brian
Another
Quick.
one you hated too, though.
What
The whole
position?
Rams receiving.
Wide
core.
receiver? Yeah, Braden Gibson.
No, another
I
one.
hated Tavon Austin, too. I hate a lot of our receivers because they fucking
The
suck.
Rams
Austin
misused
Pettis.
Tavon Austin.
Austin Pettis was pretty bad.
Well, he didn't play for the Cowboys either.
Taven Austin was a poor man's Percy Harvin, and he was fucking awful.
A poor man's Percy Harvin.
And that should go to show you how bad he was. Number 4 is Jeff Fisher, and I don't care what everybody says. I don't care that he's not.
That guy's a Super Bowl champion.
Fuck Jeff. Fisher never won a Super Bowl.
Oh, he did. As a player.
Ugh.
He wasn't too far off as the Titans head coach.
So John Maine was signed by the Rockies with an invitation to spring training. He was never a Rocky.
It was a Rocky.
He wasn't. He never pitched for the
All right,
Rockies.
vote around. Does that count?
Yes, because he was a Rocky.
Paul?
Yes.
Kendall?
I'm see. This is very confusing.
He left the Rockies AAA team and retired. He was never a Rocky.
He was
Just
a Rocky.
like Jeff Bagwell was never a Red
He was
Sox.
a Red Sox.
No, he wasn't.
You can't tell me that you were drafted by a team and not on
Chris
that
Givens.
Oh,
was thinking about.
wasn't.
fuck Chris Givens.
That's who I was thinking about.
Chris Gibbons.
Chris
Ugh.
Givens.
All right, we moved on from my the highlights of it is Kaz Matsui is really is the highlight
Today I
of my,
learned
I will
Corey
agree with
Tumer
you.
played for the Rams.
Come to the Bulls. All right.
I can do a Yankees one, too.
All right. PJ Brown.
Why?
He was terrible as a Bull.
You liked him
I didn't.
as a human.
I liked him as a
as a
Hornet.
human.
And because we had the same childhood nickname. That was about it. I had the same childhood nickname as a 7-foot black man. I felt large in the pants.
Eddie Curry.
Hmm?
Eddie Curry.
No. I didn't hate Eddie Curry. I didn't. Why would I hate Eddie Curry?
He sucked.
DJ Augustine.
Hmm.
I didn't like him. I just was not a big fan. Like, at all. This one is going to shock some people.
Number 5, May Shock.
Derek Rose.
Taj Gibson.
Should I be mad at Paul for that?
I mean, he liked him, but he didn't like him.
I liked the way Taj Gibson played basketball, but it didn't fit Chicago Bulls basketball, and it made me mad more than it made me happy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it wasn't a stretch 4.
No, he wasn't a stretch 4. He just wasn't a offensive 4. He could really aggressively dunk from time to time, and that was about it. Does that make sense? And then, last but not least,
Brad Miller.
you know who our honorable mention was though for the real Mount Rushmore? Andre Snowzione. That guy was awesome. That guy was real gross looking. Who's not? I know who Chris's favorite Madden player of all time is.
Andre Nocione.
Nope.
No.
Greg Jennings.
I can
Purely
do a
for the
Yankees one.
Nah, we're done.
Aw.
Well, we gotta go into
Number
All
1,
right.
appreciation.
That's fine.
Hideki Matsui.
No.
Do you guys want to do one more quick round one?
Sure.
Kyle Farnsworth. Doug Mankiewicz.
First of all, he's the greatest fielding first baseman ever
That's not true. That guy was fucking ass.
at hitting.
Steven Drew.
Oh, yeah, he
Oh,
sucked.
And
even I know that name.
Chuck Knobloch.
Nice.
Why?
Kyle,
You can't-
76ers, go.
Joel
Joel
was
Embiid.
down there. Jaquil Okafor.
Bullshit. Yeah, okay. That
Um,
one so well.
I didn't hate Neurons.
You should have. You got a
Um,
Roman candle. Eric Snow?
No.
Jon Snow.
John Salmons.
Yeah.
What?
He sucked.
You can't say what and you didn't put Langston Galloway in yours. Unmute his mic.
He was on my list.
No.
And,
There's somebody has to hold at the back of the faces.
Covington?
What?
Covington?
No.
Fultz.
No.
You don't like
Sario?
I don't
John
hate him.
Salmons is a farce.
JJ Reddick.
Ahmad Johnson? Amir Johnson?
No, I don't hate him.
Amir Abdullah.
You
Huh?
don't hate John Salmons.
Why?
That's
Name somebody.
preposterous.
Hurry up.
He wasn't good, Kendall.
He was good.
Just name a name. Kendall Trivia's.
This is bullshit. You can't think of 4 people you hate.
Kendall, we never got a trivia question this show.
Okay, how many sacks does
No.
JJ?
He just had it right.
Did you have one ready? Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So, Kyle, go ahead. Hold on to it. Kyle, come on. Think of a 4th person. Matt, you're doing the Cardinals, so think of it. You're going last.
Oh,
You're
fuck,
going
come
last.
on.
You're going last. Think about it. Put the fucking controller down.
Fucking Rodney.
Harrison.
Stuckey.
No, who's a Sixer?
Johnson. Rodney Johnson.
Randy Johnson.
Rodney.
No,
Dangerfield.
Rodney Johnson.
Hey, there was Rodney, and he went to Memphis. Best I got. He
All right.
sucked.
I get no respect.
Steelers.
Okay. Jordan Berry,
Rashard Mendenhall.
Sean Sweezum.
Why?
He wasn't that great.
He's accurate.
I guess. I
You
mean,
want
he
him
couldn't.
over Boswell?
But listen, the problem with Sweezum is he couldn't kick over a 40-yarder.
That's fine. Anyway, go ahead.
We could have used those points. It distracted me.
For Steelers kickers not being able to
Barry,
kick long field
Sweezum, Richard Mendenhall.
goals. No, you know what I'd like to look up? real
Why
quick?
do you hate Mendenhall? Come
He
on.
fumbles
cost us
in
a
the
Super Bowl.
Hold on, real quick. I would like to look up the stat for off the air. We'll come back to it next week. I would like to know Sweezum's what his percentage was of field goals over 40 yards versus how many touchbacks he had versus kickoffs. Because if he was over 50% for touchbacks, but he couldn't kick a 40-yarder, fuck that guy. I know you get a running start, but fuck you.
Something is really wrong with that. And number 4.
Like when Greg Zerline doesn't kick a fucking touchback, I get mad. I don't care how windy it is.
Legatron.
Don't call him that.
It just pisses him off. That's
What's
why.
the fourth? I might agree with you.
Number 4. How about Dre Archer?
Yeah, he sucked. Good answer. Third round pick for nothing.
What's mine?
He was great in Madden, though.
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks? All right. God.
gonna answer
Mandingo. Blackhawks. My bad.
I thought Pornhub.com.
Not a
This
sponsor.
episode's sponsored by.
Yeah, we're sponsored.
Formerly a
So
sponsor.
let's get out of here.
It was 3,500.
Specialize in incest porn. Blackhawks, huh? Okay. Devin Rasmussen.
Brent Seabrook.
No. Devin Rasmussen.
Danny Tanner.
Danny Trejo.
Joy
I've
Godson.
gotten Paul a few times today.
Nick Schmaltz. Brandon Boylig, but that pains me because he did score like the Stanley Cup winning goal, but like fuck him otherwise. And
Brandon Crawford.
I want to say Brian Bickle, but I can't because guy had ALS.
Brandon Crawford.
Who?
Crawford.
No. What? Fuck yourself.
The other goalie.
Name him. Not Scott Darling.
the other goalie.
Great counsel.
Marcus Kruger.
There you go.
Fuck him. He should have been so much better.
All right, Mass. Cardinals, go.
All right.
Great face-off
Kyle,
percentage. Couldn't
What do you
fucking
think
score
about
a goal.
your top 4 are? Top
we're
4
not
worst
guessing.
Cardinals.
No, we're not guessing. We're not
Shut up.
guessing.
Let Kyle guess.
Oh, we're
It's
playing
gonna be-
this game.
Yeah, it's going to be that. There you go.
So, least favorite 4 Cardinals is probably...
The same 4 favorite.
Disclaimer, this is
Matt
Souls' list.
Carpenter.
So Kendall's trivia.
Yeah, can we just move on then?
Just go ahead. I don't know.
I got nothing.
He,
I really
he was
don't.
gonna just agree with what you said.
Yeah.
All right, Kendall.
Albert Pujols.
Okay, I just figured we'd go around the...
No, JJ Watt trivia.
Oh, okay. How many sacks does J.J. Watt have against the Steelers?
13.
Oh,
That's a lie. We'll go
against
13.
the Steelers?
Yes.
What do you got, Mass?
Actually, none.
You already had an answer.
No, I'm going with 0.
12 and a half.
Nobody else guessed yet, so you get 0. So 0, 12 and a half, 8, 3.
1.
I was too close. Mock, you lost.
No.
By default,
Mass
you
lost.
suck.
Mass definitely
All right, what do you got for
Private
trivia?
star. Where's the private star? Mass?
Yep.
Okay, I just figured we'd start in a circle. And
You
go
know why
around.
I knew it wasn't high? I just saw that stat recently.
Like,
We talked about our stat.
We have very similar follows.
Yes.
He's the finder, and I'm kind of like the
I
scavenger.
I find them, and then he follows. He sees them on his featured page on Instagram.
Instagram, good for you. You know what
Which
I
we're
like.
doing a big GSWD haul over and follows. I'm unfollowing everybody that's not a brewery or somebody we know personally.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Mark needs
No
the
more
bronze.
players. We're not following players anymore.
Don't do that.
like what we've been
that.
doing.
Why? Who do you want to keep following?
I did that on purpose.
No players.
Leave it.
No players.
Okay.
I'm doing
All
it.
right. So Mass, we're gonna start with you, and then the questions will follow. All right, Mass. If the call is for mountain medicine, what does that mean?
Call is for mountain medicine?
Hold on, Rita.
We
you
all
can start.
answer, don't we?
Well, yeah, but doesn't he call? Like, I just pick someone and it goes in a circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? All right,
So
yeah.
it goes mass, and then it'll go.
So what is the game we're playing?
Kendall trivia.
Yeah, Kendall trivia.
Okay.
It's 12 questions.
Mountain medicine.
Rita, you keeping track
it's
too?
some kind of dip. Wintergreen dip?
Graves.
Graves.
Graves grain alcohol.
Points for
I'd like
everybody
to-
but Massey.
196 proof.
All right,
bonus
the
point.
answer is Graves. Mass, I'm sorry, you were the victim on that one.
Now you get a shot of mountain medicine.
I heard that and I was like, oh, he's wrong.
However, I do like his ingenuity of going.
I tried.
Listen, he could have gone with a football play. So,
Flea flicker.
Best
All right.
play.
False.
who is my favorite offensive lineman who played for at least one of your teams? Souls, this is to you.
Our team?
Wait, does that count for souls though?
What do you mean?
So
'Cause
you
he's
said
just
one
saying-
of- that played for at least one of your teams.
So that means it could be a
So
Steeler.
like one of our teams. So does that mean he could be a Steeler?
Well,
Yes.
it wasn't meaning for it to be a Steeler, and this person is not a Steeler.
Okay.
I was
Oh, it was one of our teams, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Everyone says a different
Kyle
person.
Right.
Got it.
right.
So it could be a giant, a ram, a Steeler,
exactly.
Or a
I'm
bear.
sorry. Yeah, that was
Kyle.
kind of.
David Deal.
Orlando Pace.
Orlando Pace.
Oh no! Fuck! Can I change it?
No.
Ah,
No.
Orland Kreutz.
Zolan Cruz.
Kreuz's Fish Market.
That was
God damn it!
Who did Orlando Kreutz play for?
He played for the Bears and for 1 year the Saints until he had to retire halfway
He
through the
retired halfway
season.
through the season during the Jeremy Shockey debut.
Okay.
Dispute.
What is the only NBA jersey I've owned? Mark, you're gonna lead this one off.
Everybody has to lock in their answers.
Mellow.
Marbury. Come on.
I don't know. Fucking LeBron.
All right, question. Was this given to you, or did you buy, or someone bought it for you?
This was purchased.
Okay.
Was it given to you or did someone buy it for you?
Private stock.
No.
Can you believe that Chris got this right?
The Mass is the one who got it right.
It's LeBron. I remember because it's the old LeBron one. Remember the old LeBron one with the
The
checkered?
Cavs.
No, but the checkered
Yeah.
armpits.
Got that from Coles.
I can't believe Mash just tied it up. We all owe this.
The jersey came
Mock
with
owes it.
shorts.
Here's the thing: Mock doesn't know basketball, but he got beat by Mash. So yeah.
Okay. What is my favorite football position? This is not a sex thing.
Doggy style tailback.
Kyle, you ass. I'm not putting my mouth on that.
Oh, just drink it.
Dude.
No, I'm not.
All right, the point in the glass form.
No, he tainted it. I can't do it.
It's not even bad, you pussy.
Since then, he's kind of washed his mouth out with beer.
Can't
I think
do
it's good.
Faggot.
Whatever.
All right, then take a shot of the Jack Daniels.
It's empty.
Find something else from take a shot.
We'll make up for it. I can't do it.
Oh, JavaCast.
What was the question, Kendall?
Spit it, Kendall.
What is my favorite football position? I think Paul takes the lead on this one.
Oh God. Favorite football position?
It's reverse cowgirl.
Cornerback.
Cornerback.
Running back.
Tight end.
Running back is the correct answer.
Damn.
He always makes himself a corner. It was a gamble between corner and running.
It's because he can't play anything else.
He wants to be Jerome Bettis.
Something like that. What is my favorite Steelers play of all time?
Immaculate reception.
I don't know.
Souls
yo.
is attempting to answer this.
Are you gonna sneeze?
Yo. Not that. It is the Antoine Randall touchdown to Hines Ward.
Santonio Holmes, Super Bowl catch.
Antoine Randall all times word.
It is Antoine Rendell, the Heinz Ward in Super Bowl 40.
Kyle.
And Mock.
No mock.
All right, so I
And
believe
Mass.
Mock has first guess on this one.
Sure.
Or is it Kyle?
Mark.
Mm-mm.
I just
Kyle.
answered.
It's Kyle?
Is it me?
Kyle.
It's
No,
Kyle because he
Mass
said
is
he's
an
immaculate
immaculate
reception.
Okay, okay.
That's what Kyle's the first guess here.
Cheating.
Oh, this is perfect. Who's my most disliked Philly of all time?
Jason Worth.
Jason Worth.
Jason Worth.
Jason Worth.
Jason Worth is the correct answer. It seems only right that Kyle would lead off that one. Who is my most disliked Brave of all time?
Tom Glavine.
Chipper Jones.
Oh,
Chipper
damn it!
Jones.
Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones is the correct answer.
I knew that too. I was just saying Tom Glavine all night.
Alrighty. What is my favorite craft beer? And this is to
An open one?
Paul, I believe, has to guess.
Hold on, craft beer or Connecticut craft beer?
Both.
No, there's no both.
Well, I mean, I guess it's mutually.
What was your-
exclusive.
Okay.
It's mutual. It's
Two Roads Kentucky Lightning.
What he said. Because I don't know the real answer.
Rose, Kentucky Lightning.
Kentucky Lightning.
it's actually the G-Bot.
So nobody gets that one.
Wow.
No.
I knew whatever I said, everybody else would go with.
I was thinking Kentucky Lightning.
I think the question is kind of
No, it's fair. It's also a Connecticut brew, so
okay. So now this question is to the Mass, I believe.
you're winning.
Who do I dislike more, Tom Brady or Bill Belichick?
That's not a name.
Well, you don't know that. It's 2018.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
So I'll sacrifice losing the point on this one. It's a trick question. It's Robert Kraft. Bill Belichick.
So, Paul, I'm going to give you the win because the answer is trick question. They are the same.
Oh,
I hate them both equally.
but he didn't say that.
He let off the statement by that.
But
all
he
get
didn't
half-
answer the correct
We all get
question.
half a point.
Listen, he was almost
I should get
verbatim.
full point. You guys get the half point.
He was almost verbatim for what I wrote. All right,
And honestly, he might hate Robert Kraft more.
I hate that entire franchise.
You love the
You love
Patriots.
You like Vrabel.
We like Tyler Law.
I don't like any of those guys. God.
Bucky?
No.
Harrison?
That's my
Hold on. Brewski.
No. All right.
Would you like a Brewski?
Saya?
I would like a brewski. All right, who's up? Who's
Kyle.
Souls? Okay.
Super Duper Kyle.
Super Duper Cup.
I'll be famine for a while, yeah.
All right.
I'm going to listen to that 9 times on the ride home now.
What is my most disliked NBA team?
Wow.
Oh, man. We
Warriors.
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 Man, guys, you missed.
Lakers.
No.
Celtics?
Celtics.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
That's a private stock around the horn.
Yep.
I hate
Do I have to
all
take
things
that? Yeah.
Boston.
I didn't know that.
Mark, you have to do it.
I'm not.
Find some liquor.
I'll figure it out. I'm not.
God, dude.
But I didn't know that. I just
I
said it because
watched
you
it.
guys
I
asked
can't
that.
do
I
it.
took like 9 hours
I don't
ago.
care.
I gotta pee, though.
If I drink this, I'm going to kill it.
Go ahead.
I'm fine.
You're drinking this.
I'm not drinking
You're
that.
drinking this.
I'm not.
Yep, it's private stock.
I'm not drinking that.
You're drinking it.
All right.
I'm not drinking it.
Kyle, put a shirt over his head.
Let's keep it rolling here. All right. This is actually. This is actually a group
For you.
record held by me. Held on Paul's birthday, his 20-something birthday. It was at Maple. What is my beer funnel record?
Well, hold on, what do you
7.
mean?
Like, how many has he
Consecutive beer funnel?
Or in a night.
Throughout one night.
Who's that?
I don't know.
That's mock.
Paul.
No, it's mock.
I think it was 9. I think it was 9.
Trying to remember what we drank on my birthday at Maple.
I'm pretty sure that was
That
the
was the
night.
night I was shotgunning Sip of Sunshines, but Kendall wasn't drinking those. I think Kendall was drinking Bush.
Paul, let me. This was Paul's birthday. This was actually Thanksgiving night, I think
Yeah.
it was. Now, Paul shotgunned a lot of craft beer,
He did
and
sip of sunshine and a couple treehouse beers.
and we posted it on
People
the
got
CT
really mad,
beer,
and I
beer
argued
drinkers,
with them.
and it was hilarious
I fell
because
asleep on the coffee table that night.
those guys are a bunch of haters. But beer is beer, so
I want to say it was 7.
Mass?
Did we establish what he was drinking?
No.
So-
it was a lighter beer.
it was a light beer. It's nothing like
like Miller Lite, but it wasn't like a craft beer. Like Bush or Bud or something like that.
I have a feeling Kendall would overdo it, so I'm going to say 12.
7.
12 funnels?
So the crazy thing is the answer is 11.
Fuck!
Wow.
That's what I was gonna say.
I gotta pee.
11. And we have one more question. This is it. And now this is a multi-point question, so Rita, you got to keep track. What is my least favorite NFL team from each division?
1 point. per
Wait, so
correct
8
answer.
answers?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I just figured we'd do that. I mean,
All right.
8 points. Here we go.
So here's the deal.
We should have
Hold
to
on.
write these down.
We should have to write these down.
Yeah.
Write it on your phones.
Yeah.
Can I go to the
notes out.
bathroom first?
No, Kyle.
I'll do it while in the bathroom.
Kyle, no. We're literally going off the
Are you
air in
gonna
like
throw
5
up?
minutes.
Are you gonna throw up?
No, I gotta pee.
Then shut the fuck up and just do it.
I just got told by the mass. It's like getting told by you. Just so you know, I have a bunch of stats on my current notes because I talked to Pat Kerwin today on the NFL Network Radio.
I'm sorry, the last question was a multi-parter. It just seemed appropriate. Back to the 11 funnels. Paul had a very good birthday. Drank a lot of craft beer in a hurry.
Yeah, I drank a
A
shit ton
lot of
craft
them.
beer
Probably
in shotgun formation.
the better part of 10. And these are 16-ounce minimums. And towards the end of the night, it was just kind of me and Souls hanging out. And I decided to keep going. And I think it was kind of a combo of we had some leftover Red Dogs from Pittsburgh trips, and I don't know, Bush or something excuse me, to that degree. I don't know who's going to lead off this. I don't remember where we.
It's got to be
Excuse
Mass.
me. Where is it
Because
though?
Mass isn't even 4 teams in yet.
I got it.
It's got to be Mass though.
It has to be Mass to lead off. Well, I mean, we've kept
the
the.
order where we winning.
We kept
All right,
an
I'm
order.
not going to go fast, and I apologize.
That's fine.
No,
Uh,
what do you mean?
How do we know when it's correct?
Well, you guys got
Kendall, did you type it down?
We all
I
have
have it
ours
written
written
down.
down.
Then give it to Rita so she can mark it off every time somebody says the right one.
One moment, please.
I guess Souls has to pee.
Just go piss.
Kyle, you
Kyle.
can't hold Kyle, wait.
I texted him.
Wait, Kyle, wait.
Just tell him to piss in this.
I can go
No, don't
back.
ruin the Opa bottle.
I'm telling you, I'm about to pee my pants.
Which would have been hilarious. There's also a good chance he goes and vomits right now.
Yeah, there is. All right, so
Got a funny
Oh,
face
boy.
going. Is it?
I think we should dock Kyle a point for having to leave during your question.
I agree.
Why
So
don't
it
we
gives
do
me
that?
the lead by half point.
We're going to go with the Ravens, the Patriots, the Texans.
Hold on, Chris. Can you repeat?
Ravens, Patriots, Texans. Oh,
The whisper.
Kansas City.
Math equation.
Kansas City. Seattle Seahawks. Green Bay Packers. NFC South would be. Oof, fuck. I'm gonna say the Panthers. No, I'm gonna say the Falcons. And what am I missing? What division? NFC East.
Did you?
NFC East. I'm missing.
It's funny. It's like, I think I wrote it down in a certain way, and I'm trying to remember it that way.
Eagles. No, Cowboys. Cowboys over Eagles.
See, Souls, you made it back in time. That's a good flow you got there. Hey, I'll tell you what. If we move to Peter's studio, I hope there's a urinal down there because I'm gonna need one. I'm gonna bring a Home Depot 5-gallon bucket.
Kyle, your answers?
That he didn't do while he was in there.
Patriots, Ravens, Raiders, Jaguars.
Hold on, too fast.
Rita's got to write them down.
Also,
Again.
it's in text form as well.
Patriots, Ravens, Raiders, Jags, Cowboys, Falcons, Cowboys, Niners.
So Cowboys are on there twice.
They play in Canada as well. The Calgary Cowboys.
I just want you guys to know that the yellow vitamin water and natural ice, delicious.
Let me see.
I think that's how it was
You
meant to
said
be
it
drank.
twice. It's also on there twice, you idiot.
That's phenomenal.
Fucking delicious. It's like a
Kyle, the middle
carbonated
row.
beer.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was stupid. That's
No,
I'll take
I-
it.
well,
You had a private stock?
yeah, that's it.
Cowboys,
All right,
Falcons,
on the milkshake.
Cowboys.
Nope.
There's only 4 divisions. You know what I meant.
All right, Kendall, my answers.
Hey, you lost. You take a shot of the milkshake because we're on a private stock. Mock owes some milkshake.
My answers.
Am I wrong?
Mock's doing Thanksgiving
Listen,
shot next week because he
no.
owes a lot of private stock that he wouldn't do.
Never again.
Did I L?
He's doing it.
My answers. Rita, you ready? Cowboys, Packers, Panthers, Seahawks, Ravens, Patriots, Raiders, Titans.
You really hate the Titans, though.
I can tell you, way off with the Texans pick. This guy wishes he was born and
that's true. I
banged
forgot
in
about
Houston.
that. That's true. I forgot about that.
Riddler?
I don't have to go. She's not done.
I was going more towards the fact that Bill O'Brien is down there, and he's a Belichick disciple.
You know, it's one of those things you can't avoid.
All right.
Coaching trees.
Cowboys, Packers, Falcons.
The hell was that?
You keep it up? Falcons, okay. Seahawks, Patriots, Ravens, Jaguars, Raiders.
So this is what I'm going to say to begin.
So it's just the hardest one was the AFC West.
Yes.
So for me,
I know you're a Bronco homer. You love the Chargers. The Chiefs, you're like Chiefs and Raiders, kind of like neck and neck. Like you don't hate them, but you don't love them.
for both conferences, the West is a very hard pick for me.
What are your answers?
So my pick for the Seahawks was because they didn't run the ball against the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
So
Come on.
all right, let me go through my list. All right,
We also shouldn't throw this away in the studio.
yeah, it's gotta go outside.
We should
All
throw
right.
it in the studio.
My picks were the Patriots, Jaguars, Raiders, Ravens, Cowboys, Falcons, Niners, Packers.
Fuck, I did terrible on that.
No, you had the Cowboys twice.
No.
You said the Cowboys twice. That's what you said.
Now the problem is the NFC West because I don't hate
the Packers.
The Niners were kind of the scapegoat
Yeah.
for that. I like that division.
I had 7 and
I knew
8.
you liked the Seahawks because of like Sean Alexander and Galloway
yeah.
and Hasselbeck, but I also just figured they could have prevented another
Right,
Super
and
Bowl win
that
for the
kills me
Patriots.
every waking moment.
I had 7 and 8.
I know there's mornings because I've slept on your floor many of nights that you've woken up in a fit because Marshawn Lynch didn't get the ball.
Yeah,
That's not a joke. One morning Kendall woke up and goes, "This is years after this has happened." And he goes, "I can't believe they didn't run the ball."
it's horrible. I can't live.
I had 7 and 8.
So did someone else.
Paul.
But I also had
Paul had 7 out of 8, didn't he?
we had a tiebreaker, bro.
Yeah,
And
but you lost a
both-
point for leaving the room.
All right, well we could do is the
Wait,
score is the score tied?
It
No.
was tied until I remembered that Kyle loses a point for leaving the room, so now Paul wins.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you really serious about that?
I mean, I'm not going to fight it.
No.
You're the one who
probably
said it.
instigated
No, I did not
Oh,
instigate
you
it.
did.
I
Bullshit.
did not instigate it.
Bullshit.
Leaving the room.
Yes,
I
you
am sorry
did.
that I'm gonna pee the room.
You did, because you were like, because then that puts me up half a point.
Yep.
Which I don't care.
Really?
I didn't say a point. I said half a point.
Really?
So if I said half a point, that means
We all know I meant the Packers over the Cowboys. So really,
How would we all know that?
Yeah.
Really? I would
Hold
put
on,
Cowboys
Mock.
twice.
Mock,
Really?
did he have the
Yes.
Cowboy? Did
No,
he
I
have the
wouldn't.
Cowboys typed?
You did.
All right,
Mock.
You know what? Let Paul win.
Did he have the
I'm not
Cowboys
gonna say
typed
I'm gonna
twice?
win. I
Then
honestly-
fuck you. That doesn't
Kyle,
count.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember instigating it.
No, you won. No problem.
No, it's not about that.
All right.
I'll do a tiebreaker with you.
Yeah, do a tiebreaker.
No, you won.
Baron.
Don't worry about it.
No, if we're tied, we're tied.
Well, you're not tied because he would have to lose half a point for leaving the room then.
Rita said the score was tied until she
Yeah,
forgot.
don't worry about
Kyle
it.
didn't leave the room.
It
Did
would
he
be
win?
tied. No, it would be tied.
All right, so if you didn't leave the room, we'd be tied. Okay, so
You
that's
won. You won.
No, Kyle, fuck off. We're
Stop
not playing
being
that
like
game.
that.
Because I got to fucking drive home with
What do
you,
you
and I'm
wanna
not
play?
doing that bullshit.
Wait, you're on the microphone. What do you want to play?
No, we're tied. Kyle and I are tied, so we do a tiebreaker question.
Who is Reed's most hated player of all time?
Favorite person of all time.
That's in paper. Oh no,
It's
God.
not going to be you. I'm sorry.
Hated person of or hated player of all
And
time
first of
for
all,
NFL.
Harriet Truman is my favorite person of all time.
That's what I would have guessed. It would have been Harriet Truman,
Who the fuck is
Jerome
Harriet Truman?
Bettis, Alexa Bliss.
The one that fucking
Harriet
crossed the
Truman.
railroads, mass.
He's a president.
Oh, sorry. Harriet Truman.
Harriet Truman. I didn't know his
Lincoln,
first name was Harriet.
Jerome Bettis, Alexa Bliss, Trish Stratus, Rebecca. No, Kathy, Rebecca.
All right, tiebreaker, Reed. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Kyle, we're tied.
All right, let me think of a
We were
question
tied.
real quick.
We're gonna lose, so whatever.
Most hated player of all time, NFL. Go.
That's impossible. to
Yeah, that's
answer.
tough because you can
No,
any
it
member
sucks.
of the 2004 Giant or Patriots defense.
You've said a number of times Suggs is Suggs is your most hated player of all time.
Because here's
I
the
take
thing:
that back.
I hate the Ravens, but the Patriots Patriots are our playoff nemesis.
Oh, that's
forever.
true. You hate AJ Hawk more.
Yeah, but he's not my least favorite player of all time. Harper's just a scrub, and his exit from the NFL early just proved that. Can't wait for Blake Martinez to have the same impact. Fuck that guy. Hope that guy gets fucking AIDS.
Oh my.
No, like hope he gets AIDS to like help his kids out with school.
Right. I understand.
But HIV could be cool. Kills faster.
Yikes.
God, I feel like you're really salty right now. Why are you so salty?
You guys all know I'm at the Packers.
All right, so Kyle wins. Kyle wins.
Don't worry about it.
No, because Kyle is so quick to say I win to just move it on. So Kyle wins. So no tiebreaker. Kyle wins.
Nope. Go ahead.
No.
All right, do beer reviews.
Beer reviews.
Pick the question.
Beer reviews.
The workhorse from Counterweight, fantastic Pilsner. Big fan of it. Real easy drinking beer.
I hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had it
like
for the first time like a week ago. I thought it was absolute garbage.
See, me, I like Pilsners a lot.
See, I do too, but I can't, like, craft Pilsners are not that much better than, like,
You're right.
even like Americanized Pilsner or Quell.
Yeah, you're right.
So to spend that kind of money on a craft beer that's a Pilsner,
You're right.
it's like buying a lager. It's like buying a craft lager. It's
No,
just-
I don't disagree with you, but you know, I mean, anyone who listens, even you guys know I go IPA every week, so I kind of switch it up, and I enjoy Pilsners. I enjoy Pilsners. Kyle?
Go over to, you had a bullpen change. All right.
Super duper double Citra was straight, and Harpoon Juice was better than Super duper Citra.
So, we always give the breakdown. So, like, how'd your starter do? How'd the closer do?
So I went 4, the other
Wow.
one went 3, closer finished the rest.
Wait, what'd you drink in between?
Nothing.
The private stock? So the private stock pitched a solid 3?
Mass?
You lost.
Yeah, I went for quality over quantity. No, quantity over quality.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, this was not half bad.
Some of the Opa influence in there.
Baron? Yeah.
The Stillwater Super Hop, it's a Neotropic India Pale. I've never heard of Neotropic before. I don't know what that means.
It's a Neopet thing.
6%. It's super easy drinking. Honestly, it pitched the full game. I would drink this again, but honestly, it's not winning any awards for me. This is just it's a solid
Really?
beer. I like it, but it's like,
See,
Oh,
I thought it
Riddler's
was
so
way
hurt.
better than Sip.
I'm sorry?
I thought it was better than Sip.
You thought it was better than Sip? I mean,
And Too Juicy.
better than Too Juicy. I mean, I don't know.
Actually, I think Too Juicy is gross, but...
See, I think it's a great breakfast beer. Too
No,
juicy.
you think it's a great beer to drink a lot of and then fall asleep at Wooden Tap.
Oh, yeah, did
I
that.
mean, I would definitely drink this again. If this was out, like, we went to Knuckleheads tonight and this was out, I'd probably keep it going. But are we going? Are they closed? They'll probably stop
Here, I'm
serving
going to
it
show
over
my out of this group-ish. What is
Donner would be
Knuckleheads?
cool after this.
Barn Wallingford.
Donner would be cool after this. Without Mock, though. Mock can't go.
Oh.
Let's go to something different.
So,
Oh.
had a really weird outing on the mound. So the Bourbon County Wheat Wine Ale was very good. It is, however, probably my least favorite Bourbon County beer that I've had. It wasn't like super shocking. I think the age will help it. So
Does it stay away from the form too much?
Yeah, it wasn't heavy enough. Does that make sense?
I understand.
It wasn't like thick
Well, yeah,
enough.
with the Bourbon County, you want the...
So the wheat wine, I think, will do
dense.
better with maybe like a 3 to 4 year. So that's what's going to happen in 3 to 4 year age. We're going to try this again in 3 to 4 years. So stay tuned.
That'll be on our new podcast.
Yeah, we're on a new podcast, Getting Sports with Drunk. It's a new podcast. Part 2. Anyway,
Part 2.
but it pitched. I mean, it pitched 6 innings. It was solid. It gave up 2 runs, 2 solo shot home runs, but had 18 strikeouts. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Had 7 strikeouts. Gave up 2 solo shot home runs, 1 hit otherwise.
16 strikeouts in 6 innings?
No.
That's good stuff.
7 strikeouts, 3 hits, 2 runs earned.
Does that math that up?
So, and then after that, we brought in a relief pitcher, which was Coors Light. Luckily, we were really feeling ourselves at the plate tonight because when Bourbon County came out, we were up 7-2. Coors Light proceeded to give up 5 earned runs. Don't know why we didn't pull them.
You really Kyle Farnsworth it there for you, huh?
Yeah. So it was 7-7. We pulled out 2 runs. Then the Natty Ice came in. We gave up a run. I mixed it with the vitamin water because I thought that was a good idea.
Stop breathing on the microphone.
So at the end of the day, we won. We won the game 9-8. Bad bullpen outing, but it happens.
It does happen.
Social media. Where can they find us?
Be sure to find us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk. Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's falling asleep on the microphone or appreciating the Red Baron.
Find us on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio.
Where you find podcasts and internet radio shows, you find us.
We just found out, too, we can play through your Alexa devices.
That's right. So you make sure while you're sitting on the couch, whether it's watching TV, eating dinner, having sex, you say, hey, Alexa, play Getting Sports with Drunk.
Keep in mind, this upcoming Saturday is the PPRN Toy Drive down at Odie's in Hamden.
Donate a toy, get in, have a great time.
That's it. Come party.
Some of us will be there. Maybe all of us. Who knows?
To be determined.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to make it down. I know you guys are hoping to. But it's good.
It's a hectic time of the year, but someone's going to be there. PPRN's going to be there. Make sure to listen to the PPRN or the Peter Pino Show Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 7:30-ish to 10:30-ish.
Much like us.
Yeah, there will be schedule updates between us and the Peter Pino Show. There is at least one more show coming for all of us, but scheduling will be a little hectic with the holidays. So if you're not able to get to us, we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, a very Happy New Year. We hope your resolutions are all that good and presents were fantastic.
Tell us what you're drinking.
Tell us what you're drinking on the holidays.
And hey, we got a Christmas card coming out hopefully this week.
Yes, we have a Christmas card coming out that'll be up and ready to go by the show next week. So you can make sure to catch that by Monday 7:30-ish. And we got a lot of good stuff coming in the new year. We got a lot of plans.
Next week, Riddler appreciation?
Yep.
Well, potentially. So it's the pending Jeff Martin
that's right.
appreciation.
That's right. Everyone get your flannels.
And actually, no, I want to go last. So it's going to be the pending Jeff Martin appreciation / if not here, Chris Massey appreciation. He's a reoccurring guest, but he's been on regularly. Mass, will you be here?
He's done it.
Rebecca's raising her hand.
Monday?
I think she
Next
wants
Monday.
an appreciation night.
Will you be on call?
Sure. Just give me a heads up on Sunday.
No, like will you be on call like for work?
Next Monday? No.
Okay, so it is Jeff Martin Appreciation Week pending the Mass Appreciation Week. Then there will be a slight 2-week hiatus. There will be some content to be released on Facebook, Instagram, and such not. When we come back from that point in time, if Jeff wasn't here, it'll be pending Jeff Martin Appreciation Week, following a Rita Appreciation Week. But we'll probably actually
That'll be like New Year's Eve show.
Yeah, we will. That.
Milkshakes.
Calm down, bacon banana.
Gilberto.
Souls comes alive. Right?
So you got to go outside.
We're gonna end off with Riddler Appreciation Week. That's gonna be the last Appreciation Week that we do. And see, I want all the listeners. I want the cast. I want everybody to know. It's not because I feel like I'm more important that I go last. It's because I want to make sure I get as much of a head start in the standings as possible to be the leader of appreciation just all across the board.
You're already falling behind, bro.
I'm 2-1. 2-1 to nothing all across the board, and there's no fucking way you're going to outbeat me in Massey. If anybody, it's going to be Kendall.
And I'm coming.
I'm guaranteed to be up 2-1 at worst next week.
Listen, I want to thank
All
you guys
Cardinal
for the
shit.
appreciation.
No way. It's going to be mostly Ram shit. And for beer-wise,
All
trust
Toronto
me,
Raptors.
you're not going to win his favorite beer, because I know what it is right now.
Yeah.
What is it?
stupid.
We're not playing on the air. Anyway, until next week, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mock.
Sheen Washable.
Yep.
I'm the man of many names.
The Mass Chris Massey.
And I'm the Red Baron.
Yeah.